And I said poof.
I thought the boop was the record sound.
Oh, it's fine.
Whatever, I don't have intros though. Welcome back to this bullshit. Let's just call it Baphomet Bashers. Just call it Baphomet Bashers. Why the fuck not?
I already named it Buddar and Friends, but that's okay.
Okay, I'll leave the Buddar and Friends. Welcome back to Buddar and Friends. DM just did everything now. Well, after all of you were outside the shop of the artificer woman that said she had possible people for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're outside the store. It's like noon.
Hooray.
Well, let's head in. Tip, 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 tip.
Okay. Now the map is pointed out as similar to that, but all those vegetables and all that stuff, that's all guns and random tinkering things. I didn't make a proper map because I don't have fucking guns. So yeah.
Apparently I'm not connected.
Fair enough.
To
It's the thought that counts.
It's the basic outline of the map. Just guns and tinkerings and the mechanisms and that stuff.
Lots of shiny things. Come on, Buddha. You said we should be here.
Buddha has load in first.
I can't see existence. Give me a minute.
I got blinded by the gods.
The gods are slowing me down.
Yeah. For descriptions at least. Whenever Matt has loaded in, he has loaded in, but it's my map, so they take forever to load. Now, for nerds, as he entered first, seems not super active. See a human woman behind the counter.
Yeah, he would. Well, he would
be writing stuff down in a ledger.
Well, he just comes over to the bar, just like. I think all you can see is literally just a sword handle just poking over the counter, just barely.
Just kind of pokes her head over. Can I help
you? Yeah. Boss late? The boss? You the boss?
I'm not the boss, no. Do you have a meeting?
Bathroom bashers do. Nern things. Nern knows. Nern knows, yes.
Are you the only one?
No, rest is outside.
Then
Not sure.
It was here. Then we'll wait for them to enter, but it's the correct place, yes.
Okay.
Feel free to browse while you wait for your friends.
If it ever stops saying that my server connection has been interrupted.
That happens to me too, then it just stays then it loads them.
Yeah, just ignore that. It just means it's loading the heavy shit. Yeah, Nern just sits here, just turns around.
You see what he sees, Yomba. You see guns, mechanisms, random tinkering, just a few people shopping.
The grid is all fucked up.
Yeah, I did resize all of you, so the grid is kind of fucked up, yeah.
Okay. Do we see any artificers around here?
Currently, no.
Yeah.
No.
I can't select any tokens or anything, so.
Yeah, it takes a little.
There. He's in the stop.
Yeah. Just sees everybody in, just gets back up in front of the counter. Now we are.
Okay, just give me a moment. And she pokes the item she has on her earring. Starts to glow in a reddish color. Yeah, ma'am, the Waffen Bashers here if you're available at the moment. Okay, I should take them to the meeting room. Okay. Well, follow me. And she leads you down this room and in here. Oh. Please take a seat. The lady will be with you in a few. She leaves back out.
Yeah, Nerd just. I would guess we are taking this side of the table then.
Take whichever side you want.
But I wanted to be here.
You want to sit on the bookshelf?
You want to sit in a bookshelf? You can do that. But
It wouldn't be
It's a bit
very
small for you.
comfortable.
it's a bit small for you. Nerd could probably fit.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to move my character. There we go.
Hold
Oh.
Alt and move your.
There.
Yeah.
I'm standing next to the bookshelf.
Look, now I'm just moving around in all random directions, which should not be possible if I didn't hold Alt.
Just a simple meeting room. You just, some books, some corner, some snacks and stuff on the table.
Yeah, Nurse is like reaching over to whatever kind of snack he can get his little claws on.
It's like a bit of everything.
Yeah, if no one stops it, he will devour the whole table empty.
Unless you do specific things. A few minutes pass on the. And what you see is a red-skinned tiefling. Seems to be wearing a lot of tinkers with a massive rifle on her back. And has long blonde hair. Just braided into one single braid.
Definitely boss lady.
That would be me, yes. I'm Anise Everfire, the owner of this shop. You assume is the Bafflement Bashers, unless my receptionist was a bitch.
Nope, she's right. I'm Nerd, that, Buddar, that.
Mm.
He hasn't
She
said
goes
his
and
name very much.
She goes and greets all of you. Then she
Okay.
sits down on the other side. She gonna sit in a corner, Buddha? You gonna sit in that corner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she went and greeted all of you, and then she sat down on the table.
You know why
So-
we're here, right?
I do. They will be here in a few. Sorry for the waiting, but they were tinkering on.
You know why we need them, right?
I don't know exactly why. I know you were looking for. I read some parts of the contract you left out that you need to look for it. I don't remember the specifics.
We need those who can build automatons.
Yes, I have a few that can do that.
And we need enough to protect an entire township.
It is possible it will take some time to make them, and depending on the how advanced you want them, it might take weeks, might take months, might take years. If you don't have proper people, but the ones I will bring to you will have the skills needed. I trained them myself with some help of my master.
Alright.
Well, how good can these things become?
Well, as good as possible, depending on how long you want to spend doing it.
How much would a standard automaton cost and its protection?
If you want a standard Warforged with just simple protection mechanisms, in my shop for the build and the skill set, roughly 6,000 gold for one.
Okay.
If you want the more skilled ones, that will cost more, of course.
And what's the difference between the standard and the more skilled ones?
Well, the more skilled ones have a lot more weapons and capabilities and a lot more protection and can be controlled either by set up commands or just by giving them orders like a guard would do to, well, a captain would do to his guards.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely need a lot of these.
No, that's why I gave you the choice of the other artifacts that I have available. That time. Boop. See a dwarf, a half elf, a hobgoblin, and a halfling.
Okay.
Which just sits down around here. Hobgoblin stays in the corner because why not?
Is there like a tier of automatons that, you know, categorize them easier?
Well, you have military tear, that which is the most weaponized one, and are usually set up for either extremely wealthy people or the military. You have the general ones that are just simple warforged with can work as servants. And a few others in betweens, depending on their skill set. Don't remember all the capabilities of them.
So if Nern is getting this trade, you're saying we get very, very, very advanced ones or regular ones?
Well, it's your choice which of the four you want, as he points to the four new people.
Yeah, we just need them to guard the walls, patrol the streets, those kind of things.
Okay, so they want simple weapon there, not military grade. If you bought it in my store, it would be 15 to 20,000 gold for a single one.
I look at Buddar. How much do you want to blow on this?
I'm not sure this is what we need. We haven't
No, that's
had
for
an
buying.
example of what we would be getting.
Well, I can bring in a few if you wish.
I want ones made by the people who we're going to be hiring.
Well, they were team building on some before they came in here, so I can take you to a workshop and see their current progress with them. Some of them are complete.
Plus, we were kind of thinking of people who would be willing to join our banner. Not just hire and show up for a day and then leave.
Well, that's up to you. If I'm not speaking for the four of them, but if they wish to stay with you forever, they can.
Because we need upkeep. We need people to trade. We don't need just an order of merchandise.
Well, I'm pointing out the 4 of probably the most skilled artificers, except myself, probably around the Sword Coast. So, they have skill sets. I can take you to their workshop and show you what they've done. Or you can talk to them yourself and see what they think of their self, of their own capabilities.
If you don't mind me making a suggestion,
Go ahead.
how about they go to the location, you show us to where each one of them works, and we'll have an interview with each one. Does
I can
that
do
work
that.
for you?
I can do that.
I look at the other two.
Might take a little longer this way, but we'll find out what each of them is capable of.
Nern doesn't see a problem.
All right.
Okay?
Cheap.
I motion to the other 4.
Yep.
Go to your workplaces.
And I tell her,
Lead us to the closest one to our current location.
I mean, they're all in the same workshop, so. Where I'm pointing them is not a stable, so there's actually a workshop. So, I just don't have a map for a workshop properly, so.
well, I assume that they do need a place to put them and keep them confined in case something bad happens. So,
yeah.
That's what those things that look like staples could be.
Yeah. Well, follow me then.
Alright.
Oh, she became big for a second.
She became huge.
You're not that big, Anissa. You're shorter than you fucking most of the people.
You put on a little weight in 5 seconds.
Well, I am pregnant, but fuck you. Yeah, as you see, she actually get up now. Yeah, she's carrying. Probably in her third trimester at this point, so she's pretty big.
While we're walking there, I'll go,
I actually have a female back at our headquarters, if you will, who is also impregnated. Any suggestions on things that I could do to alleviate any of her issues she may encounter?
Well, it is my first one too. But what I've heard from my mother-in-law and the rest, usually just accept whatever mood swings they have, treat them nicely, make sure they eat balanced meals and not just cakes and that. What else? Don't let them work too much, because that might, if you're unlucky, lead to miscarriage. But other than that, just treat her how you would usually treat her.
Okay, so no herbal remedies, things of that nature? That you're aware
Well,
of?
there's a few things that can help if she has like sore back or sore breasts, similar things like that.
If you don't mind, just jotting down a few things.
Yeah, she takes up a piece of bread and see one of her gloves she has on has like a metal thing, so see one pen just starts writing stuff down.
okay.
Then you hands you the parchment.
Very much appreciated.
So I put that in my inventory as...
Just parchment of herbalism recipe. I'll tell you what it is once you start questioning it. She opens the door and you see. Well, one thing you do see. Let me just. That would pique most of you guys' interests. I would assume. Because not only Warforged in this room. Let me just make sure those are where they're supposed to.
Because if they're actually making genuine Warforged, they have to put a soul in it.
They're making similar to Warforged. Let me see if I have a thing for that.
And depending on where you get the soul from, bad things could happen.
Yeah, let me just get to not a GM layer for those.
Because, say, you get a bunch of soul shards or something from a demon or something, then, yeah. that would not work out well if you put that in a Warforged.
Yeah.
Should be one more that the half elf is working on, so let me just find that.
And just so you guys are aware, I may just hire all of them.
It's fine by me.
That's a lot. That's a big drain on the money pile we have.
We got some money.
And now you got
This is
50
why I
platinum
wanted to be
now.
introduced to them separately, so that way I could make separate charisma rolls to see if they want to join us.
What I can do is the workshop is much larger than this, so I'll remove those that are currently not here. So I'll say you meet the half elf first.
Okay, so that's who this person is by the door here.
Yeah.
That appears to have a bottle in her hand in the picture.
In the picture, I didn't find a proper half elf picture for how she looks, so yeah, that's a close guess.
That's fine.
She seemed to be working on a medium-sized thing with a shit ton of blades on it. I mean, a shit ton.
Okay.
Like, huge amount.
Yeah, like from the shoulders and down to the arms, it's just knives and blades.
I'm going to get our magic expert to examine this to see if he can figure out anything useful.
Oh yes, with my +2 Arcana, I would.
Man. Yeah, well, it's better than the rest of them.
Yeah, perhaps a ga would be handy.
For
too
me,
bad he's not here.
For me, it's -1. So for me, you are a magic
For Nern, it's
expert.
+1. So for Nern's, it's +1.
Well, then, compared to me, Nern is also a magic expert.
I'm a magic expert, all right.
You're like, I got no fucking idea what that is.
But I'm not saying that out loud. I'm trying to look professional.
Like, keep a cool face, but you look at it and your mind just, I got no idea what this is.
Does he at least see runes on it that he recognizes?
He sees runes. He sees a few evocation runes and abjuration.
Yeah, this is magical, all right.
A Lord of Blades would be Nern, but far more stingy and sharp.
So it does have, like, it's infused with magic, which we knew, but it's infused with specific types of magic, which might be useful for us to know in the conversation.
Let me roll one thing, because I was trying to stay professional. I'm still gonna roll something.
Well, can I make a check on that?
I make a deception to stay professional.
Fuck off.
You see, Anissa just looks at you. Doesn't react, but seems like she knows you're faking it. But doesn't bother. Just but they're probably just mutant, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't say, "Hey, this is our magic expert. Let him examine it." I just motioned for him to walk forward to look
Oh.
at it. So
Yeah,
he
she just
could
looked
just
at
be
images.
he could just be curious, but it's up to you how you want to rule what she knows or thinks.
Yeah, she basically just reads them in that he doesn't have no fucking idea what those is.
Well, he might know what some of the others are, but not this one specifically. Is what
This
you're saying.
one, for his skill set, is a bit advanced.
We about to be scammed.
Well,
All right.
here, Anita, pipe up. Explain what you're doing, Yestian. Well, this is a Lord of Blades, a highly. This one is military tier, so it's a bit too out of what you wished. It has natural magic that a wizard would get infused with it, which it can use. It has the intelligence far beyond the normal person. Has a plating made of adamantite, so some lucky hits might not be as effective. Uh, they are quite handy in variety of combat in both range and melee. And has yeah, those few spells it has, not all of them are damage, but supportive or a few damaging ones. At the moment, it is inactive. If you wish me to activate it, I can.
I motion to
So
Constellant. Oh, just before you go, I motion to Constellant and say,
He has an ability that lights his blades on fire. Similar abilities that this thing has.
This one, no.
But
It
it
can.
could. But it
It
could
is.
if.
It can learn it. It can learn it, but it's not something I've given it at the moment.
Okay.
It can
So
shoot fire out of its hands.
I was just wondering the specific classification of magic.
Well,
So
this one in particular are mostly set on abjuration and evocation. Mostly abjuration. It's mostly made in defense mode right at the moment.
if. So I have more nature-based magic. If we wished
Yes.
to order such one, could we obtain one that had such nature-based magic, or is that beyond?
It is possible. I can make one if needed, but it will take time.
Just
And I
wondering.
would need a taste of the nature magic to do so.
Just wondering the extents and limits of the technology. You understand?
Well, they can all be improved. They can all be upgraded. They all can become from a servant to a mass murdering dragon killer. If needed.
And I
so if
suppose.
Nerd get
"Oh, let you go."
if Nerd gets this right, pull that forward. So this won't work on him if he has lucky hit.
Yes.
Okay, that's all Nerd wanted to ask.
And I assume its skills are dependent on yours.
Well,
As
a
in,
little bit.
as in if somebody who is unskilled were trying to make it, it wouldn't be as strong.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Say a new artificer, like one that has like recently started trade, they would probably mess up pretty bad.
Let's say I, for example, just threw a bunch of metal and components together and tried to make something. It wouldn't work like this.
No. I don't know your particular skill set, but
I'm a dude who was raised out in the woods, mostly. Like,
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, you would be struggling.
okay.
I look to the other two.
Any questions? More questions?
Nope.
Um, how much would one of these would you sell for?
For this one,
Does this
this
one
one in
have?
particular.
Does this one have somebody who has claimed it or ordered it?
No, I'm not sure of how much money you have, but if you want this Lord of Blades, it would pop you around 80 to 100,000 gold.
Well, we have a few thousand platinum kicking around, so it's not
Well,
outside of our
that's just
price
for one.
range.
For what I heard the madam say, you would like to protect the entire city, and I doubt you could may have these one around the entire city because
Yeah.
that will cost
Just
you a lot of money.
saying, we might want some generals and then some like lesser ranked individuals.
It's possible.
Not
Yeah, but
saying that we want an entire army made of your best. That might take a really long time.
that is possible. It can act as a commander if needed. If you only want one or two, well, what I would put the price at, but I'm not Mrs. Everfire. I would put it at, for this model, 90,000 gold.
Okay. I assume that's for your components and your time, those sorts of things.
Yeah. Yeah. And for keeping it up to play and not stay in a corner and rust to pieces.
Okay. As I spoke of in the meeting room,
Mm-hmm.
And I just take out one of our flyers and hand it to her.
if this seems to be a cause that aligns with yours, consider it.
Not think of it.
And if you have any more questions, we'll be here at least for the rest of the day if that isn't a problem with my companions.
Nope.
Works for me.
Well, I'll consider it, but you'll probably want to speak to the three others, so I'll be
Yes.
going. As you manages. A few moments pass because they all work in the same place. They just have different stations. The dwarf, I'll say, is the next one.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah.
So we barely have to move to get to him.
Yeah, you see him walk in and walk over to his station. You see two less armed but still armed Warforged in his place.
Are these typical examples of your work, or is these more rudimentary, simple?
This will be the lowest combat model we can build. They are skilled enough in combat to work as basic infantry and not too strong foes. They have skills and weapons. They have no magical capabilities because I haven't, which I can add to them, but they have simple combat training and are made to usually protect its other allies. As she's wearing one arm is like a full sword, and you see he has a shield in the other one.
Do they look magical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make an arcana if you want to get more details.
Sure.
Let's see how Nern will do. Oh wait, it's loading for me for some reason. My character sheet is loading.
It's
Yeah,
magical,
plus one's okay.
definitely.
Good.
What is 15?
Alright, look at it. Yeah, it's magical. It's not super advanced magic, but magical.
So, do you specialize in making quicker, like more quickly going through the creation process, but making less durable units, or do you also have stronger?
These are better for mass production, since they don't require as much expensive and rare material, unlike as you points to the Lord of Blades. These one are usually the one that you spend for mass production for infantry units. They are not as highly advanced as the Lord of Blades, but has enough combat capabilities.
And how much would one of these go for?
These would be the lowest combat model. Not too expensive, but it's usually armies that buy them and buy them in. For a single one, like 1,000 gold. If you want, if you buy them bundles for like armies, it of course becomes more pricey, but also less pricey than it would be if you bought that many individually.
Mm.
Sounds like a pricey endeavor for even a king.
Well, how we usually do it here, we make deals with the buyer to make them pay less, and if they succeed in combat and whatever spoils they may have, they can use to pay for all of them, because they usually have them. For have them permanently, it would be that price. For rental, which is they usually act as, because some people just add warforged to their armies because they have either too little guards or they don't want to spend a fortune buying an army of warforged. Some countries have a lot, but not every.
I haven't really seen these units. It must be. Some people must think that this is a time of peace.
Well, as far as we have realized, we have not had any problems here in Daggerford.
Well, we do face enemies that employ minions of a sort. They may be useful. However, if the main force, the stronger enemies, were to face these things, might be a problem. But we're not looking for an entire army of those.
As he motions to the other one.
Yeah, even at least the country I know of named Genovia would even struggle with that, and that's a very wealthy kingdom.
But we do run into some choice materials every once in a while.
Yes.
And if you were willing to join us,
As I hand him a flyer.
we would be willing to offer you said materials for cheap, if not nothing at all.
I'll consider it.
Also, if the morality of our group interests you, just consider. Uh, so, do these ones have magic, or
They don't have magical abilities, no. It can be added, but these current ones I have completed does not. They have just simple martial training.
or well, I don't have any more questions.
Me neither.
No?
Nope. Nope. They're satisfied.
He leaves after you. If you say something else to him, Dex says answer that before he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Next one would be... pointing at how I put them, it would be the halfling. Boop. You have to walk a little. But Anissa walks down here. I'm not gonna move the Titan, I'm not gonna move that. Step in the way, Titan. I don't like you. There.
The Titan just smashes through the wall.
Yeah.
Just like truck driver just.
Like, it is a fairly big building, so yeah, that thing can fit. It's not too small. It can
Yeah,
fit.
it's tall enough, but if it walked through the wall, it would still go through the wall.
Yeah, it will still go through a wall if you tried. See, the Halflayer seem to be working on a massive Warforged.
Alright. So what do you call this thing?
This one is a Titan. They are heavily combat related. They are really fucking stupid. Because they don't have as the simple soldiers and the Lord of Blades, it does need someone to order it.
Just a question. Let's say that we were in a combat situation where
Hmm.
all our living compatriots were needed elsewhere. Could a say,
And I motion to the Lord of Blades.
could one of those order this thing?
Yes, if it is modified right and linked to it in a way, which is a fairly simple enchantment and wouldn't cost much extra. So.
Hmm.
The Lord of Blades are usually the commanders of a Warforged army, mostly because people can't afford more than a single one of them.
Right. So, this thing got any magic?
This one is raw brute force,
Right.
so no, it does not have magic.
Made of any specialized materials? Anything of note?
Specialized materials. This one I made my. It is made of a ivory adamantite mix. So it is a bit more modified than a normal Titan would. It is extremely good at destroying buildings and has platforms on them for allies to stand on. And if it is a war, have to walk through a difficult, very difficult area, you can just go through it without issue. This one is specialized in mostly brute force, yes.
And what's its price?
For normal Titan, about 60,000 gold.
And what other titans are there?
Well, you have the one I made, which is made of adamantite and ivory, which fairly increases the price. Being adamantite makes it fairly hard to go through. For if you want this one, you would pass 100,000 gold.
Now I have a question. Say that there was a especially talented smith, and you gave him, or someone gave him a mold could he create the body work for you?
He could
And
create a body work, yes, but it wouldn't unless he's extremely skilled, he wouldn't be able to fully make it functional.
yes, so if, say, we created a shape that we wished for you to create from, and we had the metal and the components all ready for you to create with,
Yeah.
would you be able to make it functional?
Yes. With enough time, I could make it functional, yes.
Alright.
And I just hand her a flyer. This time I'm not
Hmm.
going to say anything.
She'll reach through it. Doesn't seem to throw it away, so she'll consider it too.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is get them to talk to each other and get them to see that we said different things to each one. That sort of thing, to see what happens.
So, can you customize its arsenal, let's say?
That is fully capable, yes. A normal smith could make weapons for it as well. This one here has a hammer fist and axe hand. See, one hand is like a pure axe blade and one is like a war hammer. So it gets a little bonus effect with the axe to kill multiple targets at once.
Okay. So, this one
But it
is
uses
less.
enough of the runes, so.
So this one is less adaptable to combat situations unless it has someone ordering it.
Yes. This one is probably 98% combat focused.
Okay.
Usually made for just protection in combat mode, so it will always be on guard, attacking whatever the one that commanded it told it to attack, or just wait till it gets ordered to attack something. It will be limited to the voice of the one that created it, so not that any random person can just say, go kill that guy.
So it's linked to you if you create it.
Yes. I could make for example, a Lord of Blades control it.
So you have to specify which other people are able to control it.
Yes, because I have to adjust some minor things in the mechanism and runes to make it react to those. So
Alright.
it's fairly simple work, but
Alright. Thank you for the information.
he gives a nod, smiles.
Your
And
other companions seem to have gone somewhere else.
yeah, they probably went into the waiting room.
Alright.
So, anything else, or should I go join my friends?
We have one more person to speak to.
She gives a nod and she goes away. And the hobgoblin. See, I'll actually move him because he will be working on this thing down here, which you can see. So, oh. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be working on a Warforge. He seemed to be working on a vehicle.
Well, what is this?
Well, this one is a new invention of the mistress. She hasn't a real proper name for it, but it is a vehicle with extreme speed built around what is that vehicle called? A devil's ride? Probably not very knowledgeable, because those that knows of them are in hell. But these ones are less soul driven. and functions as a normal horse would, just a lot faster.
Okay. I heard you mention souls.
Yeah, this one does not need it, but the model the Mister is based on needs souls to run. Actual human or so yeah, souls in general. Soul coins.
Eh. Bad coins.
Yeah, usually bad coins.
So, what does this require?
This one is raw rune powered. Has limited usability of it, but it usually will last a few days without issue. Then needs to recharge its rune, which it does manually, but it would take it at least a 6 to 12 hours to do.
That's
So then
not
it can
that long.
start again and run for another week.
But that's not that long.
How fast does it go up to?
This one, if you activate the absolute everything, it can row about a quarter mile every 6 seconds.
That doesn't sound very practical for a forest, let's say.
No, these are usually, well, it can be set up to do things for that. It can be more. It will, of course, be, but yeah, usually when they go that fast, they usually have open road. Other than that, the basic of it is 120 feet,
What
which you can, of
happens
course,
if something gets in the way?
well, either it's crushed or runs out of the way.
So you have no way to stop this thing?
No, you can manually stop it if you need to. We're not idiots. You can, of course, brake.
Okay, and how quickly does that happen?
No, if you're at max speed, if it's, yeah, it wouldn't take too long. If you push the brake any motions, one of the handles, as basically what a basic motorcycle would have to brake, it would stop fairly quickly.
The ball you had there,
Yeah.
it's over there.
And how much are we looking
One
for
there,
one?
ball or two?
What were you saying?
Yeah, it's one. What's the price on a typical model?
For this one, which is the basic without weapon adjustments, which can be added. Single one, being how rare they are, and we own 6 of them made at the moment. At the moment, it would go in the 80s to 90,000 gold for a single one. It can hold 2 normal people without issue. I can carry a little bit of weight, but that can of course be adjusted too. But being we recently made this, it is not as cheap as we probably would put it at once we have more of it.
Let's say that we had somebody of giant proportions. Would you need a custom vehicle for that?
You would need that, yes. Of course, it can be bigger models of these ones. But...
we do have a fire giant smith on our compound, and say he needed a way to get around. Would that cost more?
Well, if you want this one size to a giant, it would take longer to build and would cost more, yes. We have bigger vehicles that would easily fit a giant. But those are, we have not figured fully out how to not run on soul coins yet. So
Just add more rune stones.
it's a bit more advanced than that.
If you ask me,
You're just guessing the most simple thing.
since you're using magic anyway, why use wheels like carts? Why not use legs like those?
Well, some people just want to get out fast, and not everything is as fast. Or if you want to go to places in a short amount of time without exhausting yourself or similar,
So you
a
haven't,
vehicle.
you
Yeah,
haven't put any.
have you ever tried to catch a barrel that was rolling downhill? You're not catching up. That's fast. Very, 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 very fast.
I'll not try that, but I'll take your word for it.
But what about, say, things like antelope? Can't catch them in a forest. Not easily, anyway.
Well, all the vehicles have modifications that can add to clear spaces, chop down trees as they're traveling to make it easier to traverse.
What about something more agile, at higher speeds?
Well, at higher speeds is of course more difficult.
Well,
These are just the two we have not given or people have bought. We have not fully mastered them yet, but she said you want to show what we're capable of, and understandable, this is not purely combat focused. This is more, you want to travel faster, you can take this.
alright.
Some don't have legs to walk on, so they might need a vehicle.
True. So, my main question is, since you're figuring this technology out and it's fairly new, would you be willing to work with those who have unorthodox ideas in this department?
I will not be against it, but depending on how unorthodox they are, I might not. But depending on how odd or unorthodox or unique it might be, I'm willing to be with people and help them practice the work. Nothing
Well,
against that.
I know of magic spells that allow you to climb walls, things of that nature. What if you had a
Well,
vehicle that could climb a mountain? Or a sheer
those
cliff?
can be. Well, that can be added to these with some magic infusing, which to make it permanent will take a few days, but is capable of doing so.
Alright. I don't have any more questions. What about you guys?
Yeah,
Learn is on.
this is good to me.
Alright. We have a few unorthodox races among our group. If you're willing to join.
And I hand him the flyer
As you can
I
see,
see no
as I motion to myself.
harm. Well, I see no harm in it.
in fact, my entire goblinoid camp chose to join.
Well, we're sticking around hobgoblins and goblins some more.
But we also have a variety of other peoples. We don't judge based on race or anything of that
Yeah,
nature.
I see that in the flyer's rules.
Alright. Again, if any of you have questions, we'll be staying nearby. Not exactly sure where we just arrived.
Ern's okay with that. Yes.
So, Lady,
Ever fine.
if you don't mind, we would like to mull over the proposals. And we will be back
Okay.
tomorrow.
That's fair. If you don't wish to traverse all the way back home, it is a tavern nearby if you want to stay at that.
Yes.
I
Please
might
let-
not be here tomorrow.
Please let them know where we're staying.
Yeah, well, I might not be here tomorrow if you come to the shop. My husband and I had some plans, so.
Alright.
But you have my receptionist and the other fighters you can. They usually work around the shop. You have the other employees that you can talk to.
And please let them know if they have families or anyone they wish to bring with them. We are more than willing to accommodate exceptional circumstances such as those.
I'll let them know.
And again, if any of them have questions, tell them to feel free and contact us.
I will.
One last question. Which of those do you think is the most skilled?
Of my personal preference, let me find a name for them again.
Like, if you had to make a recommendation to somebody who had unlimited money, which one would you?
Nobody has unlimited money, but I get what you mean. Well, those I would recommend of those four would be Jess, Diane, and Undron, being the Hobgoblin and the Half-Elf.
Alright.
They have means of both making ward forged and Undron is skilled in armor making that is infused with magic. Jestine is fairly common in making small drones for halflings and stuff to use as helpers in both combat and out of combat.
Alright. So, I hear you using the term Warforged. I'm vaguely
Yes.
familiar of a living creature made of metal.
Well, Warforged are usually made of souls of either people that have not passed away and wish to live forever. I merely know one that is met a few weeks back. He's in the top. He's ruling. Well, he's not ruling. He's one of the head people of Candlekeep. He's probably one of the more advanced Warforged I've seen. He seems to have a mind of his own and everything.
Do your apprentices have these skills to create such creatures?
All of them have skills to make it. They'll just need the soul to do it with, which for some people are not very kind.
Let's say, just for example, we stumble across a magical container containing a soul. Would that suffice?
It would, but I would I would recommend you know the soul before you infuse it in the Warforged, because some souls are just evil and will, once they get a body, will just immediately try to kill you.
That's fair. So,
So-
any other last minute questions, guys? Or are we ready to head to the tavern?
Nope, Nur's ready to head out. Doesn't have a lot of questions.
Alright.
I'll take her directions and head to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Our budget is 60,000 platinum.
You can hire the artificers without paying for the actual Warforged, and they can make them for you, but they will need the resources.
Mhm.
Well, they still need to be paid for their labor.
Yeah, but
Then
that
we
is
could just
cheaper.
tack that onto our other things and just say, you can do freelance work as well and make money on the side if you want. And then if we order something, we'll just pay you. We could just do that. Like we've
Up to you
done
guys.
with a lot of our other people we've hired.
Yeah, they gave the price for the Warforged in particular. For their pay to build one, they didn't give it to you. Because that's up to what resources you have, this which will lower the price because they don't need to get all the stuff. So
Such as if we wanted animantine ones, we'd have to either have it or pay them to get somebody to get it.
and adamantite is fairly rare and pricey, so
Yeah. All right. How many do you want? Should we go over what type of boss you want?
Nern thinks a few of the big ones will be handy.
for a general skill set of the artificers, the halfling is the alchemist subclass. The hobgoblin is the armorer. The dwarf is the artillerist, so usually weapons. And the half elf is a battlesmith. Is one of each of the 4 subclasses in the new artificer. So.
All right.
Well, before we just skip to the next day, I want to know if any of them come to our tavern before we come back.
Yeah. Only way to go, you assume Anissa's husband and those up here. You recognize her husband though. As Sarkhan's son.
Damn, dude, this guy's all over the place.
They are all over the place. You see them as you leave to the tavern. Don't seem to. He waves at you, but nothing else. They seem to be getting on a similar vehicle and drive away.
Yeah, Nern just enthusiastically just waves back.
Yeah, but these guys are everywhere, man. He has a big family.
I would like to discuss with Buddha what do you want to buy? These automatons.
I'll just take you to the basic tavern map I always take you to, because I don't have multiple tavern maps. Well, I have, but one is Mr. Jackie's tavern, so this guy's not here. He's not here. So you could be whatever fuck. The one that came, I'll say, would be the Hobgoblin. Hey, I'm sitting on right there.
Yeah, but we don't want to discuss what we want to buy with them.
No,
You know.
but he's wanted to see before. You can discuss before he comes, but he does come to the tavern.
Okay.
But he doesn't immediately go to you if you are discussing something. So while I will still hear you, but I'm gonna take a piss. So
Well, we could do with a little of each.
A little what?
A little of each. At least one of each.
I was thinking at least one Laurel Blades, maybe two.
Yeah, they're like the commanding units, and the rest just listen to them.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Maybe 1 to 2 normal Titans. I don't know about the Devil's Ride. I don't think we particularly need that. And for the normal standard Warforged, I was thinking about up to 200 or something. They're only 100 plat each.
We do need a few.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if we run into some more money and materials, we might be able to make more. Plus, I was hoping to bring at least some of them on board. Be teachers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, if they're gonna make so many bots, though, probably building them at our camp or something, right? For easier transporting.
Sure.
You'll still need materials in the nearby the location, though.
Yeah, that means that the hole we have to the Underdark. Well, that's our mine now.
No, free to do so. Might be mind flares there.
Or we could buy materials from neighboring cities.
That is more expensive, but possible.
Yeah, just a suggestion what I did.
I did tell that merchant to head to our place that may have done something.
Might have.
But either way, I think we should talk to this guy.
Yeah, sure.
But honestly, we should get stuff. We should just get as much stuff as we can. So.
Yeah, I was thinking 2 Titans, 2 Lord of Blades, and 2 other normal guys. Honestly.
Okay, we can start with that.
And that's 50,000.
Damn boy.
Yeah, boy.
I'm just taking 50,000 plat out of my pocket.
Well, I don't carry it. It's in the vault.
No. Once you get there, you take it and pay for it.
Yeah, they have to come to us. You know, it's a large transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hello. Hi.
So I see you've come.
Well, you did pique my interest, and I'm more than willing to join you guys.
We do need...
willing to train people if needed.
Yes, we do need those. But we also need somebody who's willing to perform their work, not just train.
Well, I'm capable of doing that too, so...
Alright.
If you want me, I'm willing to join.
Alright. Consider yourself one of us. And as your first task, I would ask you, did you have a conversation with your fellow trainees?
I did. They seemed interested, but nobody seemed to have made a choice out yet. Jessadine is kind of a bitch, so she was like, yeah, my work is too important. I'm not gonna just stick around some random guild I just met that I don't even know is capable of doing anything or paying. He says in a fake voice of her. Bree, well, She's a kind soul. She'll probably think about it and maybe give you an answer in the morning. Ulfgar, yeah, he's uncertain. He does enjoy his work with Miss Everfire, so.
Well, if you wish to convince them, tell the dwarf that we have a fire giant smith, and any dwarf worth their time in their community would be interested in learning the techniques of such a creature. Also, for the other, tell her that we've made enemies of the Dragon Queen herself by raiding dragon hordes. We have enough money to pay her.
Well, it depends how many warforges you guys are buying too. So, and how much, whatever your. I read the basic of your compound, but I don't know your full management.
I motion to Constellant.
Give him our order.
All right. Well, we was thinking of buying for the normal standard warforge about 200, and
Reasonable.
for the Lord of Blades, thinking about 2, and for
Okay.
Titans, 2 each.
So 2 normal and 2 modified.
No, just 2 normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is
That's
a hefty bill to pay.
that is
Yeah,
our
we did-
opening bid.
Yeah, and we do have the money back at our compound. I'm not just carrying 50,000 platinum on me, you know.
Yeah, even a bag of holding would have a hard time carrying that
Issues.
much coin.
Yeah, unless it's modified to fit bigger things.
Bring that offer back to your compatriots.
I'll send word to Ms. Everfire for the order too, if you want to order it from her.
And gather your things, because you're coming with us, unless you wish to stay here.
I'll tell my companions and I can join you guys.
Gather your supplies. We leave in the morning.
Gives a nod and goes and does it. Yeah. Skip to the next day or anything else you guys want to do.
Nope. Dennis happy with what he has.
I'm good.
You were literally in an artificer shop and you don't even want to buy anything from them.
We're buying bots there. What do you want?
Shit, guns, man! A lot of them.
We're stacked up on magic items.
You're
Oh,
asking the Baron to buy a gun. Yeah, I think Nerd would either chew on it than anything else.
Oh, I have decent decks. I'll speak of the ranger if you want a bigger weapon.
I'm assuming these guys also accept like gems and stuff, right?
They will if it is decent enough, yeah.
Yeah. So we can put our gem pool in as well, so it doesn't just go up to 60 plat.
I'll recommend you keeping the diamonds in case you multiple of your companions die. Except Nern, because he doesn't need a diamond.
Go for the more.
Because
more
I get back
boosted
for
ones.
free.
So you can take
Well-
the gems if you wish.
They still need to spend a spell slot to get you, but yeah, basically free.
But they don't need to spend a 300 gold or 500 gold diamond. Or 1,000 gold diamond.
Whatever kind of gold.
It doesn't cost anything, it just costs a spell slot. And however long the ritual takes, which for everything above 5th takes like an hour. Or from 5th and above, it takes an hour. Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to use their weapons, would I?
You
They didn't
would,
ask
but
if
you're not proficient.
you wouldn't be proficient, but it would be dex based, and they have people to train people with it. It would take a little longer if you have time, but they're
Yeah.
willing to learn people to use them if needed. I'm
I'll
saying
just
some of
wait
those
till
guns pack some. Yeah, I'm just saying some of those guns pack a shit ton of damage, and they can be enchanted like a bow and everything. So
but that would lower my plus by like a bunch. If I'm
if you
not
just
proficient.
build a simple one,
Yeah.
it would take like 5 away from it. Yeah, you would still get your archery bonus to it because that's on range in particular. So.
Mhm. So, yeah. We wait
Yeah.
for the next day and go to see if our order has been submitted or not.
Okay, we go back to the shop.
Poof.
They have poof, a poof everywhere.
Poof.
You see, well, you do see Anissa, but she is currently on her way to leave with her husband. So she's like talking to some of the artificers you guys chose and lets them go.
We're not important enough for her. It's bad.
Well, she has the whole store to rule and she had plans, so. You could go up and talk to her if you wish, but.
I don't.
She's a life outside of all of it, you know.
Really? NPCs have a life other than our characters?
No way.
Do they?
Yeah.
I never thought that.
But this world revolves around me. What the fuck?
Fuck me. Yeah. You meet the same receptionist. The order has been submitted and will be sent to your compound. The payment will be paid upon arrival because who carries 50,000 platinum on them?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything.
So I start looking around for the artificers to see if any of them got convinced.
You see the goblins are talking to a guy at the moment, and you see the dwarf. Once I get his out of there, the half elf is nowhere to be seen, and the halfling is. Well, you saw the halfling and the half elf talking to Anissa, but then they left back to their workshop.
Okay.
So you have the dwarf and the hobgoblin.
Hey,
They're certainly just talking to people. Yeah. Sees you. Oh, hey.
so. Had time to think?
As I look at the dwarf.
Yeah, I can join you guys. The others weren't too convinced, so.
Well, give me a moment. I'm gonna
Menacing.
Oh, here we go. Putting on that Buddha charm.
Okay, I'll just drag them to their set locations. So give me a second. She will still be working on the Titan. So she's out of thing. And she is at the moment she's working on the normal soldiers.
Hello.
Hi.
So, I heard that you planned on staying behind.
No, that was my plan, yes. I like my work, like the people I meet. Like to not be stuck to a bigger party to stay there till I want to leave.
Oh, you thought that you had to stay? Like, we weren't
Oh, that was
forcing you
what
into,
it's.
we weren't forcing you into a indentured servitude.
No, but I would assume you would try to hire me to your compound and work for you.
No, not at all. In fact, we just let half of a large percentage of our compound go because they thought our work was too dangerous. You can leave at
She
any
just
time.
seems more. She just seems more suspicious as you say that.
Well, do you not have faith in your creations to keep
I
you
do.
safe?
I do. I just don't have faith in your guild.
Oh, let's just say our name isn't just something we chose.
Well, we've all heard the stories. Nobody has confirmed that you actually killed the demon lord, though. So most people might seem it's just fake. For now, more people will join because we have a demon lord's death knee on her door.
Oh, so you also haven't heard about any of our other exploits?
That I'm pissing off the Queen of Dragons. No.
Oh, well, we
Which
did.
usually is a pretty fucking bad idea.
So having enough money to pay our employees is a bad idea.
Well, if you piss off a god that has capabilities to probably ruin your whole compound within seconds, yes.
Well, then why hasn't she destroyed this marble that we find ourselves on?
Maybe she's setting up.
Or
Maybe she's destroying it right now, you just haven't gotten word of it.
Or maybe there are other forces at play. Far too many forces for her to be able to enact these plans. Maybe we're one of these forces.
Just glaring at you, doesn't seem to react.
Alright. Well, you're the one that's gonna lose out.
Start walking over here.
Yeah. She has like she is at the moment she has like what would equal headphones on and working on the Titan.
Alright, what do I do? I toss a pebble in her direction.
Kind of looks at the pebble, looks back, takes off her headphone. Hi.
I heard you were staying behind.
Oh yeah. It's not because I didn't like your place. I just like to work for Miss Everfire. So
Oh.
is that one? That's the bitch. As she points to the half elf.
Well, we're willing to pay, and you don't have to leave if you don't want to. We have operatives that live in their various home places that they choose to have as home. You can join us and remain here if you wish.
Being how much?
The only thing that we would ask is if we need help, that you help us as best you can.
Being how much work beings of this power, being warforged, it takes a lot of work, and you usually want to stick to that location. Because unless you have people that has the capabilities and skills to do so, it will screw up if they have not, and you might just all be fucked.
So again, you can remain here if you wish.
Well, being the order you got in, you would need a lot of work. So I wouldn't say I would have much time to be back here. Being your compound also is quite far away.
Here. So you can remain here and be one of our members if you wish. Just again, if people are in the nearby area and need directions or information, you just give it to them. That's all we ask. Other than you doing what you do best.
Make persuasion.
Okay.
Just straight roll.
Okay. 29.
Okay. Pretty good action. That's a 15. Well, I will not join you, but I can help you if needed. For a fee, of course. I'm not working free.
You don't have to come
So
with us.
I can help you around and stick around, but I'm not joining your guild.
Alright. If that's what you wish.
So I can be like a third-party help. Point people out, maybe talk some good about your guild.
Well, we do have an allies exception, so you don't have to bear our name if you don't wish.
I will not, but I will help you if needed. I'll just not be. I don't want to be written on your list or something like, Bree Greenbottle is now the alchemist of freaking everyone.
But being an ally does have its perks. If you wish to,
I can be an ally, but I will not join.
if you need work done that we could specialize in, we'll send some people by for a slightly reduced fee.
Fair enough.
Alright.
I start to walk away.
She takes back on the headphones and keeps working on Titan. She doesn't seem to pay attention to you, the half-elf.
So, you're just gonna stay here, not benefit from our organization's
Kind of takes up
expanded
the
network.
kind of takes up the smithing goggles that she has on. Like, yes, you got my answer. I'm staying here, and not being a part of you in any way. I might lose a lot, but I like it here and would prefer it here, and not be with someone else. I like to be independent. Except this place, I'm not technically independent here. I like this better.
So, getting extra contract work doesn't interest you.
Oh, you would be surprised how much we get here. Who you think made all the weaponry inside?
Who needs weapons more than a mercenary skill?
Well, we get contracts from everywhere in this particular shop. Sometimes they even get the good luck and actually have Anissa make them for them. As she calls her Anissa, not Miss Everfire. You don't know why.
I just look back at the girl that I just made a deal with.
We won't be working with you.
She's like jamming to a song. She's like jamming to a song and then fixing on a Titan.
We won't be working with you. We'll work with her.
Not good for her.
Yeah. And not good for you. And none of our allies will be recommended to you. Only to her.
Okay. Should I be offended or something?
Well, I'm allies with Lord Boulder, the Tyrant, people with really big contracts, looking for a lot of work.
The Tyrant. You made a deal with the Tyrant.
Yeah.
You're certainly more stupid than you look.
He's not
Yeah, the name the tyrant doesn't say a lot of good, you know.
It doesn't.
That's like saying, yes, I made
Yeah,
a
so
deal with the
she's
Dragon
not
Lord.
willing to. So she's moralizing about who she sells weapons to. A guy who's named the Tyrant is not looking for weapons. No.
No, she's just a picky woman.
And anyone else who I come into contact with, I'll just have to recommend her over you.
Sure.
And anyone who's allied with me.
Like you're trying to make me feel bad, you're doing a bad job.
Oh no, I'm just saying that pretty much everyone on the Swords Coast is going to be my ally.
Okay, now you're just awfully cocky.
It's just the truth.
Well, being two of the most powerful families on the Sword Coast would rarely make a deal with you.
They did. Lord Balder,
Oh, so
the tyrant.
oh, I know
those...
more power. Oh, you don't know the most powerful people in Sword Coast. He might be a king, but heard of Lord
so you're
Dorangor?
ignorant as well as stupid.
I could blow your head off now if you want to.
No, you couldn't.
She takes out a gun, pretty fucking big gun. I could.
No, you couldn't.
As I just let Scorpio go.
She shouts something in Gnomish. See the Lord walks over.
You'd have 10 arrows in your head before that thing could move.
You'd have 6 blades and a very strong bullet.
Before that thing could move. And before you could pull the trigger.
Maybe. I'm just saying. Balder is the 3rd most powerful family on the Sword Coast. The most powerful, because it has connections, with probably one of the most powerful countries in existence, is Alexander Dorangor.
Yeah, Nerd's just picking like his sense like, so he's taking too long. Nerd's gonna check.
So,
And you
I
really
made my
think
choice.
that I'm not going to make allies with this person?
I do, because he's a very picky man. He might give you contracts, but he will not be an ally.
That's what being an ally is. He won't be allowed to contract with us without being our ally.
Your loss.
No, yours,
The Lord.
actually. It's your loss.
Well, are you gonna argue or can I go back to my work? You've got your answer, leave.
You're going to lose all your contracts. Just saying.
Oh, not all.
Yes, all. Yes, all.
I love how I don't get to roll about any
No.
of this.
No, she is just fucking a bitch. Which all her allies
This
said,
is just
like,
being
she's-
stupid and not doing your research.
Yeah, she might be stupid. But all of these guys have at least a 20 intelligence, so they just act more stupid. Because
So
this one
she's
is more
stupid.
hot-headed.
It doesn't matter what your stats are. If
She's
you're this dumb.
hot-headed and stubborn. She's hot-headed and stubborn.
Okay. I leave.
She goes back to work.
Yeah, so, that lady, we're just gonna have to make her lose her contracts.
See Anissa still there, kind of looking over at you.
You're trying to make the boss of that lady lose contracts.
No, I'm giving them to her other apprentices.
Let me just find the thing. Stop
So-
increasing its size, Anissa.
She's not gonna lose work or money. She's just gonna lose work for that one person.
She kind of steps over. Okay, what was that argument about?
Oh, she just thought that I didn't have work for her. Or at least work worth her time. When we
It's
just
her own-
ordered more than some countries are able to order.
Well, she is one of the ones making all those you asked for. That's one of the reasons
her
she's still
off.
here.
Take her off. Don't want to pay her.
Okay. You lose both your Lord of Blades and half your Warforged soldiers.
Cool.
That's completely
Anissa says-
stupid because we're losing
She
half
specialized.
of our
She's
stuff. We're losing over half of our stuff because
Let him finish.
I'm
let
not
me
gonna let
finish.
him finish because this is
Yes,
stupid.
let him finish.
No,
Then he can explain. So let him
This
finish.
is dumb.
Anissa, you don't lose them immediately. She just says. You can freely put her off, but you will lose most of your troops because she specialized in the Lord of Blades and probably one that is most skilled in making them. That is one of the reasons she's staying back.
We'll just hire
soldiers.
the other two to make them.
They are making the Titans.
They can't
most
do
of the
two
soldiers.
things at once.
They don't have 50 arms.
We
This is a
have
kid.
we have other personnel at our base. They can make the bodies for them, and they will bring them to life. We've already established that this is possible.
Yeah, and I'm establishing. If you say, put Jessadine out of the contract you literally said you was gonna pay for.
I wasn't
You will lose
saying
a
that I
lot.
was going to pay for her. I said I was going to pay for these things. You said you could deliver? You're saying you
I
can't
can't deliver. Oh, I can deliver. Just listen to what I'm
Then
saying.
leave her out and deliver. Or are you saying
So
you
you're
can't
basically
deliver on your
asking a
contract?
company.
yes, I'm saying that this
So you're
one
basically asking
employee,
a company.
One employee
This is
which
stupid.
specialized in the most powerful of all of them. You'll still get them. You just not get as powerful Lord of Blades.
Okay, good,
Yeah, you're asking a specialist to not be involved.
good.
Involved.
She doesn't
Just
want
don't
to
get-
be involved, so
You get all
forcing
the
her to
shit.
be involved is stupid.
You'll just get a weaker Lord of Blades.
Good.
Hmm.
Unless Constellant wants to come out here and convince me not to, this is what I want. This is what Buddar wants.
So yeah, I could take her off. You'll get your things, but they will be weaker. That's what
Good.
you get.
Good.
But
She
If-
doesn't want to work with us. Why would I force her to work with us?
well, it sounded like you tried to force her to work for you.
No, I simply said that I'm not going to recommend her because she doesn't wish to work with us.
Well, I'm gonna recommend her because I know her skill set, and I own this fucking shop.
Okay, then you're stupid for employing her.
Whoa, Buddha.
She pops out a big gun. Okay, now you watch your tongue. I can make one phone call, and you have a fucking army on you.
Good.
Buddha, sidebar. I'm gonna motion for you to come over here.
I go over there reluctantly.
Uh, you know, it's part of the deal to establish friendly relationship with your contacts. You know, and
If they don't wish to establish friendly contact with us, then what?
well, from what I'm hearing, just one of them doesn't wish that, so just
Then we
Ignore it.
take her off, which is what we wish to do. This lady wishes for us to force her to work for us.
well, we shouldn't, drag her into the situation and her becoming hostile towards us.
She wishes to be hostile towards us.
Should try to avoid that.
I did try. They didn't listen.
Well, we could probably still salvage this if we, don't act upon that conversation.
Salvage what?
The
The thing that we already have, we have 3 of them. Those are the ones that we're going to employ. They wish to work for us. The one that doesn't, we are trying to get rid of. I don't see a problem here.
Well, if we wanted to establish any future purchases, it would be nice to have a friendly relationship.
Perhaps I don't wish to further purchase from these people.
Do I know if there's any other artificer shop in the short course that's
Roll history check.
comparable to this one?
Roll history check.
I'd rather just buy from the guys who are going to train our troops.
I'm gonna roll a 25. There you go.
Dirty 20.
Of what you've seen, she's capable of. That even with all your knowledge and study of the magic and the different cities, because of different things, this is probably the most skilled and advanced artificer you've found. It is, you know of a few more, but nobody that can compare.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say, well, if we get bad relationship with these guys, we want to find any other as much skilled artificers group as this one.
I'd rather have subpar equipment made by people who wish to make it for us.
Let's try not to antagonize the leader, at least.
If she wishes to be our enemy, then she will be.
You
I don't
won't
see
know.
how I can affect this. I literally just walked in there and had a conversation with her, this other lady, and she just told me that we were worth nothing. So I said, okay, we're not going to recommend you, and any of our allies, we're not going to recommend you to them. And apparently that got her angry. What am I supposed to do? Recommend them anyway?
You could just try to ignore her comments, move on.
She doesn't wish to work for us. So why would I recommend her to anybody else?
Well, you don't have to, say that you don't have to recommend them to her in front of her face. You can just do it silently, so she doesn't
I need her to know.
try on this.
She needs to know that she has made the incorrect choice.
Oh man. Well, just try to at least salvage this deal without, getting shot.
I think what he's saying, taking water with the wine, as they call it.
It's putting gasoline in the fire.
Yeah, but what Colson's saying, putting water by the wine.
Mm-hmm.
So taking some of the bad with the good.
We'll take the people who wish to work for us, and we will work with them. I have no other desire.
All right. Sidebar concluded.
Yeah, she's still tired. Seems to be talking to someone.
Right. Well, it seems our business is concluded, right? Where should we meet when deposit the money for you.
You can make the choice. If you want to meet at a particular place, I can meet you there. If you want to meet, you don't want me to meet you at your compound, go ahead.
It would be most accessible at the compound where all of it is stored.
I'll meet you there in a few days.
Great.
She walks off, gets on the bike with her husband and leaves.
Good shit. Could have gone bad.
Well, Buddha would rather it go bad than work with people who don't want to work with him.
That's why I'm trying to salvage it.
You can try.
Alright, so should we grab the other guys and teleport back to the compound, or do you want to walk?
Do we have the ability to teleport back?
I have a scroll of teleportation circle, in fact.
And I'll say, since you've spoken a little bit around in town and in tavern, it is a teleportation circle in Daggerford.
Okay, then we can go there.
Do you switching machines?
So I guess we'll round them up and go to that teleportation circle.
Sure.
You can.
Yep.
Sure. Get teleportation and get back home. Nothing happens, so you can just get home.
So
Because
Did
the way
we-
Buddha sees it is that she's just going to make weapons for our enemies now. So why not just
If
kill
you get
her
a
if she's
contract
going
to
to
make
kill us?
for, say,
If
I
she's
don't
going
know,
to kill
yeah.
us, why not just kill her now? Is Buddha's perspective.
Oh, she won't kill you unless you threaten her.
she's
So if you're
a
making
civilian.
weapons for our enemies, that's good.
She's make a weapon for those that dare to make weapons.
Which is only going to
If it
be
is-
our enemies because I'm not
She
going
doesn't
to
know all
recommend
your
her.
enemies.
I'm not going to recommend her, and I'm going to badmouth her, say that she's not a very good worker, that sort of thing. This is the thing that Buddha does.
If you speak of the half elf, yeah, she is. Yeah, we can do that, but she'll. If she gets a contract from Anissa to make for example, some followers of love, she will do it if she get paid for to do it.
Yeah, and if we catch her doing that, then she'll be on our shit list.
Well,
No, that's up to you guys.
thinks Buddha.
If you want to make more enemies, go ahead.
And
In Buddha's opinion, that isn't making more enemies. Those are people choosing to be our enemy.
Hmm?
If they wish to make armaments for our enemies, then yes, they are our enemies. They are choosing to be so. And the people who
Wow.
joined us, the reason they joined us is because they oppose that. So then those apprentices would agree with us.
They just thought you guys were interesting and wanted to work for something new.
Well, they have to abide by our rules
well,
if they're
They will
our
follow your
members.
rules. They'll follow your rules.
So if
Well,
she's working for an evil organization, they would side with us, correct?
Yes,
Well,
yes, because if your rule says to kill evil, they will kill evil.
Yes, that's what they say.
well, if if we do decide to, become these guys' enemy, the artificer is gonna sour our relationship with us. In my eyes.
We have two who have joined us. The other one
Mhm.
is willing to work with us and be our ally, as long as
She'll help you if you need it.
like if we just attack her for no reason, sure. But we're not attacking her for no reason if she's working with our enemies, which from Buddha's perspective is what she's going to do.
They haven't done that yet, so you're fine.
For
Yeah,
now.
but I'm saying we are basically threatening to kill their friends, and they might go rogue on that.
Then you also call the owner of the most skilled artificer shop stupid for hiring a highly skilled artificer.
No, I called her stupid for hiring someone who's stupid. See, you're viewing it from her perspective, not mine, and that's why I'm calling her stupid.
Mhm.
So
She looks at Jessadine as probably. There was a reason she chose those four, because those were the most skilled she knew.
okay, so
We're not choosing people because they're skilled. We're choosing people
No.
because they're willing to work with us. If
Yeah.
they happen to be skilled, that's a bonus. So that's why Buddar doesn't see eye to eye.
That's fair. That's fair.
So how many bots do we get to buy?
You get all you get. The blade of the Lord of Blades will be slightly weaker.
But they cost the same.
They cost the same.
Okay. So 200, 2 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Still 50.
You get all you paid for. You'll just get the. They were gonna add some bonuses to the Lords of Blades, but stuff happened, so they gonna remove those bonuses now.
Well, the Lords of Blades isn't everything.
No.
You know.
No, but those are the most powerful ones of them.
Well,
But yeah.
who's better, 2 Lords of Blades or 200 normal dudes?
2 Lords of Blades.
Okay.
Those normal dudes. They're like a beefed up guard, basically. Like the guard NPC. They're like a beefed up version of that.
I'm assuming they have like +1 magic items, right?
Yeah, then we're
Yeah,
going
they
to
all
give
have
them our basic equipment, which is that.
They all have magical gear.
Okay.
The Titans have whatever weapons you wish to give them. The normal ones, whatever you wish to give them, you can give them. They'll have proficiency. They have this same proficiency as a fighter, so all armors, martial and simple weapons, and guns. Actually, yeah, all of them have gun proficiency too. If you get like a gun arm or something, then they will just automatically have proficiency. Which starter first you god can hire for you, or make for you. The hobgoblin can modify their armor and equipment to be highly more advanced. Yeah.
Hmm.
You have 2 artificers. I'll just add them to the method measures folder.
Neat.
Also move Jackie to the NPC folder because he's an NPC now. Jackie, have the hobgoblin, have the dwarf.
And if Budar wants anything, he's going to order from them exclusively, except for maybe that other girl.
Sure.
He's not going to order from her anymore. She made her bed.
It's up to you.
Well, she didn't want to work for us.
Fair. You don't want to get stuff from her. Go ahead.
Hmm?
You can get the same things from the other ones.
We'll just order like 50 of those Titan guys instead of Lords of Blades. From now on.
You could, but you still need someone to control the Titans.
Good thing we have a lot of magic users that would benefit from riding on top of a big steel.
It is like it's
Right.
like 17 feet tall. It's like 17 feet tall.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a huge creature. It's like a huge creature. The Lord of Blades is like 6'5", and the normal ones are like an average dude, so like 6'2", 6'1".
Honestly, I think we would get more benefit from what we have anyway. So.
But you guys want to choose.
But that is,
it's good enough.
we did order the Lords of Blades, so we'll get them still.
You still got them. But you can still get more of them, but it won't be from her, it will be for someone else. The others can still make Lords of Blades. The half of them just is more used to them and can modify them more.
It's not a big deal.
You got 2 decently skilled artificers, well, highly skilled artificers, that have, willing to join you guys, so you have that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So, what's the next thing? The next thing is we should just
You
be
guys,
dicks. We should be dicks
you
to
guys,
Geo because he's not here. So then we could just take the contract to kill the red dragon and
I'll say this before Geo returns. It is a new contract on that Red Dragon up. They should get new ones. He can eat all of them, but he'll get a new one. It's still a contract that is posted in guilds. They will just send them to other guilds if they have multiple. So yeah, you can still take that if you wish. But Nern will be, yeah, not happy.
Well, if he's not gonna come with us, is he gonna make a new character? Is he gonna use another character? What's gonna happen?
No, he still can come with you. Just some stuff might suffer, so it might not be as in combat as you would hope.
wait. So he's actually breaking our rules.
Know what you mean?
He's actually breaking the rules, is what I mean.
Which of them?
I'll pull it up.
Do not stand idly by as someone who does harm.
Yeah. So this rule may seem easy to follow in theory, but it takes a true warrior, a true defender of the weak, to put into practice. This law will be more fluid than the others, simply if you think you will simply wait. I may not have worded that very well, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know the basics of it. Yeah, he's breaking that one if he doesn't do anything. If you and one also, I don't know if that's part of one of the breaks, but you subjugate or destroy evil when you find it.
Technically, he's already broken it when he ran away from court, and I was behind fighting him back.
Okay, running away is a thing where we are more lenient. Like if you think you're going to die,
when court harmed you, he was just too damaged to fight, except risking his own death for it. And he wanted to. He did save some still,
Yeah.
so he didn't break that on that part. But if you take the red contract and he does what he has told me that might happen, he is breaking it. Yes.
Well, you can already see him cowering away in character.
Here's the part that he's breaking specifically. These situations must be dealt with in a timely and urgent manner, no matter how large or small the The punishment for not here it is. The punishment for not intervening in a situation is going to vary based on the results of not intervening. So basically, if you know somebody who's perpetrating evil stuff, and you don't first of all notify somebody that this is happening, second of all, or second, do something about it, then the punishment varies based on what that creature does.
Yeah. So he'll break that part of the rule if he does what he told me he's gonna do. But the thing, if you take that contract too, you don't know where the location is, and Nern is not willing to share it.
What, is he the only one in the world that knows the location?
No, but he knows the exact location. There's people that knows it, but it's a hidden place.
Well, it can't be that hidden. It's a giant dragon that probably has like a mug.
It is a giant volcano, but there's multiple volcanoes in the world. So you don't know which one he is in, because he was a red dragon, so you assume he's somewhere that.
The reason I was lenient with him up to this point, I'll say in story, in canon, is because we didn't actually take the contract. But once we take the contract, if he starts doing things that are against that particular rule, then we're gonna we can't just let him keep doing things. So
That's true. There's rules, and that's one of the things about it. You have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And if he said what is, he said it's highly possible will happen if you go to his master's place. Yeah. He will not be very much in combat there because he will either be too scared or be literally just told by the giant red dragon to do nothing, and he will listen to him.
well, that's good to know. But
Before we take the contract, we should at least confront this party that's been plaguing us.
yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
The assassins?
But the thing is that this party is part of a group.
Part of a bigger place. Yeah.
So we kill them, they're just gonna send more. They may
Well-
be weaker, the ones that they send next, but they'll send
Okay.
more.
I'm just
Well-
thinking of a thing because at this point in time. Okay.
From my perspective, it's going to be inevitable that they send more eventually. So
It would be better to deal with the organization itself.
Mm-hmm.
but they're like on the other continent or
Are they?
way away.
Their main
I don't know.
base, as far as you have known, is on the other side of the east, basically.
Yeah, so not on the Shore Coast map, at least.
No. Not on fully. It's not like in the desert area. This work goes.
So, I forget the name of that place.
I'm back.
The Oranrock, or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
They're
That's where
in, at least in that location, towards that location. They're not directly in the desert, but they're not too far from.
So somewhere
as far
like
as
the
you know.
Tortured Land or the White Peaks or the border forest over
Like
that way.
something around there. But at this point of time, some things might have interrupted what's going on there, so that might not be there anymore. But you guys don't know that.
We need to deal. We need to either gather allies right now, take another contract to help us gain those allies once they hear the stories that we of our exploits that would get us more allies, or
Mm-hmm.
deal with our enemies. So those are the three things that we need to do right now.
Well, how are we gonna deal with, you know who? Five Heads?
Yeah, herself, we might not be able to
Superstitious
deal with.
about that god.
I have a feeling we won't be able to deal with her directly right now. But we may be able to deal with some of our less powerful enemies.
Okay, which one first?
That's just it.
Hmm.
Bringing it up to see what you guys think.
Well, the assassin guild or group that are plaguing our city, we should definitely take care of, and eventually we'll have to deal with this red dragon as well.
What red dragon? Wait, there's no red dragon we need to deal with.
In fact, there is, and I pull up the contracts again.
The one that Nerd devoured.
And
Oh, they
it's
have
a new
multiple.
one. It's new.
There's a
one.
new one. It's a contract, there's just multiple of them.
But no, that's wrong. No, no, you're imagining things. No, no.
What is your relationship with this dragon?
And
Did Nern
remember,
tell?
Nern,
I take out the rules and I point out the rule that he would be violating.
Did Nern tell before? Nern fakes he tell
You
before.
mentioned he was your master. I'll just send you the rule you're breaking if you are saying what you're gonna do if it happens. Out of character. You're basically breaking that rule.
Wow.
And the main thing of the Baphomet is follow the rules. So.
I'll just tiny poem for Nern, because that's Master of Nern, and Nern can't do anything against Master, because Master commands Nern.
So,
Roll me a history check, Consular.
so you can't act against somebody who is part of your past?
What you know
No.
of kobolds and their relation with their dragon masters? They are highly unlikely to betray them, but there is some that has.
Nern just can't. Simple as that.
Well, why are you so loyal to this guy? Is he because he's just strong?
Well, if Nern is that loyal, why is Nern here?
Oh, why are you here, Nern?
Because Mom set me free.
Can you elaborate?
He was talking about this earlier. It's a voice in his head.
Actually, it's not. As you look to your right, and you see a familiar figure, Nerd.
Just like, yeah, the place where Nern was standing, he's not there anymore. They look back towards that female voice. He's just clinging to her.
You recognize it's her, but he doesn't look like her. Because you are a kobold, you recognize the smell.
Mom.
But yeah, she doesn't look like how you see her usually. What you guys see, you see a tall human woman with long red hair, fairly tanned skin.
And a happy little kobold attached to her currently.
So he claims this is his mom. Would I think it's like a form, not like a human?
You look at the... You've heard of dragons, and being his mom should be a kobold, and this seems too big to be a kobold.
I've seen dragons turn into humans.
Yeah, so what you basically get is this might be a dragon, but you're unsure because you don't have true sight on, so you can't see it through.
Okay,
But you have a feeling it is some sort of illusion.
Okay, well, this little kobold has decided to join our organization.
You lagged out as fuck. I heard this kobold and then nothing.
Okay. Poof. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this little kobold has decided to join our organization. Our organization has a set of rules that he chose to abide by. Tell me why he's not violating this one by not helping us.
You're not well, of my relation with Nern, I practically raised him, so I'm not his biological mom, but he looks at me as a mother figure.
Nern knows that.
And how he also is, being with Shirad, he has a pretty unhealthy relationship. Being that he has killed him about 298 times.
Yep.
What
Nerd
is
was a stress ball.
What is your relationship with this dragon?
Cat looks at
They're
Nern.
just like shaking their no.
If we were to fight it, would you be willing to help us, for instance?
At the current moment, no. Of reasons I am not willing to share.
Well,
But if it comes to the bad, as it might, I am capable of doing it.
are you able to tell us its location? If you were to proceed to it at some point?
If you go to Master, then you will lead it to Nern, and Nern doesn't want that.
Make a persuasion, Consulate.
Cool.
Persuasion. No persuasion.
I will not give you the location now. I'm just saying. If it comes to it, and Nern has to fight him, he will break that rule unless he gets the what was it called? Pulls courage and resist his own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
That Master is
despite
very,
his
very
huge
strong.
muscles, he is fairly soft.
Well, that's strange.
Yep.
We've seen him in combat against enemies, perhaps equally, perhaps slightly less, perhaps slightly more powerful.
What's
In
as strong as you
instances.
fought with him next to you?
I'll motion to Nern to tell that.
We fought dragons, we fought ledges, Nern just drops for his mom and just goes like this. We fought beholders, we fought this, we fought a lot of dragons, we fought
Which dragons?
what was it, the other thing again? Oh, greens.
Which dragons?
Poison ones.
Oh, those are fairly
Poisonous
weak.
ones.
Those are fairly weak.
Yeah. Master's
I
a
will
red
say,
dragon.
before-
Very old, very
Before
strong.
Nern was here, we fought a very fairly powerful white dragon. We also fought a black one. I don't know if you were there for that, Nern. I don't remember.
Mm, I think it was, if you speak of the giant black one.
Yeah.
He was there fighting that. That would be the strongest thing he's fought. Because that
Yeah,
was a
very
great
big
one,
black
black dragon.
dragon.
So.
Yeah.
How old did it look? He looks at you.
Like,
How
Older than
about
me?
we show you to the tavern?
And we have it with its head mounted up on the wall, or at least a model of its head.
Lead the way.
And I lead her to the room where Jackie has the heads mounted, and there it is, right there.
Oh, that is a great worm. They are fairly strong.
wasn't it?
The black one you fought
Was
was
it
a great
God?
worm.
Was it
Uh,
God that did that?
I don't think so. I think it was Nern.
Yeah,
sure?
It was. Because
Okay.
that was. I think that was the fight that you got your pike.
Yeah, he used
No,
it the first time in the.
Oh yeah.
So that way you
So-
can fly up to the dragon. So
Yep.
yeah.
You
Yep.
used it in combat the first time with the net dragon,
Yeah.
so you were there.
Hmm.
But that is. It's not 100% accurate, but that is a great worm, which meaning 1500 plus in age. If
Mhm.
I'm not making that wrong. Let me check if I'm making that wrong.
It's 1500 plus, yes.
And I point to Nern, and I don't think Nern died in that fight either, did he?
Nope.
We sustained 0 casualties in that fight.
Well.
Including Nern.
Kind
Yep.
of pats his head as she hears that. Well, that's good to hear. I was saying, I will not force him to do something he's not willing to do. But
He doesn't like to go to Master. He thinks it's a bad idea.
I know. But you also want to kick Big Blaze's ass, don't you?
Yeah. I doubt he needs a kobold. He's fake kobold.
Yeah, I think he's a dragonborn sometimes. He's so fucking big.
Yeah, he
How
is.
about this? We could technically make an exception if he was fighting something at the same time that the rest of us were fighting something else.
Well, what I can say is, if you bring him to that, and without spilling too much info I'm not willing to share, he will be able to fight, but not the big one.
Mhm.
He can fight the smaller ones, but he has a pretty annoying rival. That is what he will take most of his time, probably.
So you're saying
Yeah.
the dragon won't be fighting us alone?
Now, despite his power, he still has minions
Well-
that will do literally everything for him.
Yeah.
And I'm merely saying this
Lots
to
of
stop
kobolds.
seeing Nern die, because I'm fucking tired of it.
Well, we do have sufficiently powerful clerics that have been bringing him back. But
Well, yes, I'm the one that brought him back when he died the other times.
so I'm just saying, it's not like he'll be gone forever. But I understand that you've been through this before.
I've seen him die enough times, and yeah, I don't want to see it again.
I look to Constable and
Perhaps this contract will take a little more consideration. Maybe we'll bring a few groups with us to help with it.
Yeah, we come in contact with the Dragon Slayer and the Blue Dragons. So we should probably ask them for help.
Yeah, those storm dragons.
You
Yeah,
see
he says-
Storm Dragon, you see the woman's face kind of react.
Well, we encountered one in a weakened state and decided to work with it.
Mom?
Hmm?
You okay?
Yeah, just memories.
Okay.
There was a man there too. He said he would be willing to help us as well. But
Plate armor, fairly tall.
necklace with multicolored dragon scales.
Yeah, I know of him.
Here,
And his mount. And his wife. And her mount.
so those.
he starts just wandering off in his mind.
I am gonna cast True Sight. Fuck it.
What you see is a roughly 90 feet tall, red on the out, brass on the inside, dragon.
I just kind of like casually look up at it.
Yeah, she's like this, slightly shorter than the storm dragons, but has dual colors similar to the storm dragons.
She would know that because he's looking up from where she is, so she might know what he's doing. Plus, he had to cast a spell.
Do you guys have a location a bit more private? Fairly large space.
I didn't. I just look at Constellant because I know he did something, and then her demeanor changed after he did that. I go,
Mm.
What just happened?
Yeah, over here. Show a room or something.
You would like to go as far away from the compound as possible.
As we go, I'm just gonna whispering to Buddha. She's bigger than you think.
Okay.
Let me just pull you to a random map, just so I can give you her size. I'll just take a random battle map going, why not? Oh look, dragonflies there.
Well, of course he's there.
Let me just find the correct folder. That's not that. Players.
She's with Nern.
No, that's not her real size. Yeah, you are in a distance location. You see the compound in a distance, but far enough away to not get murdered immediately. As her forms change, and you see what he saw, Matt, a massive red and brass dragon with claws made of pure black, with that's carves like lava in them, and horns, also with red lines that almost seems like lava.
Yeah, the moment she turns back, this Nern clings to her claw. Claw, just like a dot on her claw. He is.
You get like a tip of her toe.
So.
Yeah. Nern's just hugging that.
So is there a reason why a dragon cares about a kobold?
Looks back at Nern.
You can tell now.
His master is my mate.
Mm.
And I have egg with him.
So, this egg is the reason why you're unwilling?
Yes. Because I am the last magma dragon. And to get a new one, I need to breed with a red dragon. And that's what the egg is.
Well, I am known for stealing dragon eggs.
That's never a smart idea.
Well, technically,
Yeah,
I've only stole one.
She changed it back to
It
human
wasn't.
stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't from a dragon. It was from the dragon thieves that I stole it from.
Well, that is understandable. But yeah, she changed it back to her. This
Oh,
at this
yeah,
point
you
had
said-
dragon form.
I completely forgot about this. We have a green dragon whelp in our jail. Would you be willing to help us with that?
What you needed to do.
Well, not kill half the people on the compound before we break down.
I can help.
We're actually hoping to
So-
find a way to make it nicer.
That might be hard, but it's possible.
We have clerics
Also-
and doctors looking into it.
Well, the thing with dragons, especially if they're taken from their parents, I wouldn't recommend trying to use magic to force them to do something.
We haven't
That's
used
bad.
anything like that yet. We've given it jewels to keep it calm.
That helps. That's a start.
Also, they're just like, you're not stealing mom's egg, are you?
Not to keep. To maybe give to her in a safe location. That was the
I guess-
idea.
The egg is in the lair, and it needs to be a place of warmth to hatch. Extreme warmth.
So, it's in the lava? Yes,
It is in the
it's
lava, yes.
extremely hot. Okay,
It's
you
in the
can
lava.
touch. Yeah,
Hmm.
so even if you want to touch, you could not touch.
Aren't there lava streams in the Underdark?
A few.
We have
They're not
agents
common,
that
right?
We have agents that are familiar with the Underdark. If you could somehow get the egg extracted through the magma flows that are deep within the earth, then we could get it into the Underdark. And perhaps our agents could be there to help guard it. Or help facilitate its movement to a safer location.
Well, it is safe with him. I just don't want to fight him that nearby. It's still his child, and he will do anything to protect it. I mean anything.
This is a difficult situation.
He'll make a deal with the fucking spider bitch if he has to.
Well, she's one of our enemies, but
Yeah, I've heard. The
Oh,
queen is
so-
quite pissed at you.
Oh. Hey. You've
What?
been talking to her? The
Not I'm a
five head?
dragon. Yeah, she's a bitch.
Okay.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
Okay.
I talked a little bit to her, but yeah. Mostly because, I don't know. Sometimes you see the handy to talk to, but
I have an
Same.
idea. Do you know of any magma dragons that have died in less than 100 years ago?
no. Last one I remember died was my brother. He died 1180 years ago.
Yep, that's far too old for any spell that nurse knows.
Okay, never mind. Um. See, the thing is, we've made enemies with the five-headed
Mm-hmm.
evil dragon lady.
Yeah, it usually happens if you kill our kin.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
as you can see from our tavern.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
There is quite amazed that this place is not yet burned down to the ground.
Well, she's not an idiot. She will not attack it. She will plan and then attack. She will be
Mhm.
gathering an army. I don't know.
but that said,
Yeah.
that's why we were interested in hunting a red dragon. But if that's the only way your species can survive, and you're not exactly killing us right now,
Well, I can still survive, but I have to breed with my son. And that's
Bad.
kind of weird. That's kind of weird. It'll still work, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Is it kind of weird in this age though?
Nope.
No.
For dragons, it's actually pretty common.
But
You know
dragons
that.
do
You
have,
don't even need a history check for that. You just know that.
but
what
yeah,
if
dragons do have taste.
we found a way to do what we plan to do with the green dragon with a red dragon? Would that be less strange?
What do you mean?
We wish to make it nicer. A green, nice dragon.
That is possible, yeah.
So if we had a
Yeah, they're
red,
just like-
nice dragon, then it might not be as strange.
You're just literally you are literally aiming for the moon. I congratulate you, my man.
Well, for my kin to survive, I need to have a red dragon mate, and he needs to be a certain age. And have a certain amount of power, or else it won't work. That's why I chose him. Because he had the equivalent power and age to do it with.
Okay, what are we talking?
He is about 1250. No, 1550. He is highly skilled in magic. Fire literally doesn't work on him.
I get sad.
Oh, my fire. Because it actually just make him better. Yeah, just make him feel better. And if it's enough of it, it might actually just boost his next breath weapon.
Okay. If we could find
He can
a
still
way.
be defeated, but he has a lot of strength, so it's pretty hard to defeat. Similar to me, even though I have a lot more than him, but my fire will affect him, but only temporarily.
At least you wouldn't go against us if we decided to fight him, right?
If you go against him and my egg is there and in harm's need, I will.
Well, can we lure him somewhere else that's not there?
Sounds like
It's-
luring a dragon out of its lair. Oh wait, that's exactly what you're proposing.
It is
Yeah.
possible. I don't know where, because he's still protective of the egg and would not leave it unless I'm there. And he knows that it's safe with me, and he knows if I'm even near it, everything is fine, because
There's one
I'm me.
thing that everybody knows about dragons. They make layers for a reason. It makes them stronger.
Yeah, and makes hopefully weakens their foe enough for when they come to them, they will be easy to murder.
Well, if you are by his side and protecting the egg, he can just casually come to us and.
It's easier to lure if I'm there and watching the
Yeah.
egg, yes.
So
But then he might not bring his allies, meaning Nern will still break the rule.
We need to discuss this strategy with our dragon slayer ally. Wouldn't you say?
definitely, this seems like
Well, considering he's
path
had
we
a
must take.
past in hunting these creatures, maybe he would have a strategy.
Usually has one, usually have means of luring them out. But if you want to bring his allies as well, you might need a little bit more. Because if you want Nern to still be with you and not break your rules, he would need to have to fight Blaze.
And I'll just say that I don't know where they are or how to get in contact with them. They left so quickly.
Yeah,
we
Stormbringer
can-
pretty quick.
We could send them a message.
I don't have
Yeah.
that ability, but I
Yeah,
should be
someone-
getting used to by now that we know people who do.
Yeah.
I have means of doing that, but I don't know if he remembers me.
Well, you
It
can
might
just
be
say
better if you have as little knowledge of what we're going to do as possible. Just so that way, in case he
Fair.
tries to ask you what's going on, then you can more easily deceive him.
True.
and if you do contact him, you should say we're asking for him and mention us.
Yeah, just
So-
say our names. He knows where we're at.
Considering we had a day that we didn't roleplay every single second of, so I could have told him where our base was. Oh,
Yeah.
and he has our flyer. Of course he knows where our base is.
He knows where his stuff is.
Because I'm the dude who gives the flyers. That's
Yeah, you just,
Kinda
you
my
just have a
thing.
bag of infinite flyers. You just have a bag of infinite flyers.
Yeah.
Just hand it to everyone.
I literally gave the DM money so that way I could have it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
have that.
It works.
Yeah, so basically any piece of parchment or scroll or thing that isn't magical that has writing on it, I can duplicate, basically, is what it is.
Have you died, Geo? Because your camera's frozen on me. Giovanni.
Holy
He did.
moly, he
Am I
looks like
frozen?
he looks like a horror movie character that's
Yeah,
wearing
you look
someone else's
on my
skin.
on my screen. You look like a horror movie character.
He looks like he's wearing someone else's skin.
Yeah, and you're not moving. She's like a blood on your lip.
Yeah, exactly.
Like half his face is
Hello?
another face. I can still hear you, but your camera's on.
Okay, hold on. This.
No,
Fix
because
this.
now you're not a horror movie character.
Yeah, like the whole upper part of your face was a lighter shade than the bottom part of your face, so
Yeah.
it looked like you were wearing a skin mask.
Yeah. Oh, pretty freaky. Wish I took a screenshot, but I didn't. So you want me to send the Dragon Slayer a message or not?
It would help us. Nerd guesses.
Yeah, she's like sitting down and having you on her lap to learn.
Look, we have a creed that if we know of evil being perpetrated, we attempt to stop it. Nern is
Oh,
part
good
of
thing
this. Nern is part of this organization now, so I can understand him being cautious with wanting to go ahead with this. Which is why he's not currently in one of our jail cells.
Oh, that's good.
But that said, we have rules, and if we break them for him, then some of our other members will see fit that they could break it them as well.
Yeah, Nern was never a fan of rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nern can't fight Master at all. That's a big problem. That's a big no-no. He would just command Nern to sit and Nern would need to sit.
Well, you can try to.
Is it a magical influence, or...
I am not. Well, it's not directly magical. It just.
It's
A being of his-
partially out of character. It partially is.
So yeah, she would know all that info. So
Or is it like, you know, like
it's
in the
mixed of
spy
a
movies,
partial.
in the spy movies where they have sleeper agents, they have a code word that wakes them up, sort of thing. Is it kind of like that, or
No,
is it
no.
more like magic?
It's
It
kind
has
of
to
partial.
do with magic, yes. It's partial magic, partial. Just it's a motherfucking dragon
Partial PTSD.
and kobold nature.
Well, it.
And kobold nature.
She says all this, so yeah.
Well, we do
So it's partially
have,
magical.
as you're aware, our compound is built on the site that used to be an asylum. We do have some of the former people who used to work there as part of our group.
Have
Perhaps.
you tried removing the magical influence?
I
Oh,
have
no.
tried, but my dispel didn't work.
No, that's the thing. The magical influence is from the dragon to the kobold.
Only way I know to remove it is to kill him.
Okay. Hypothetical here. Let's say that he went to somebody who knows magic but also knows how to deal with brain issues.
Yeah.
Would that help? Not say cure, help.
I'm uncertain.
Well, we can give it a
That's...
try, nerd, if you're willing.
Well, if Nern dies, he can come back.
I don't think
I
that
can.
the brain doctors are a little kooky, but I don't think that they'll kill you with their treatments.
I'll kill whoever scratches my
mean-
nerve.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind in case we encounter a foe that scratches him and we have to run away.
Yeah, Nern
Yeah,
is
it's
not
like the
scared.
killer look on her eye, like nobody hurts my nerve.
He can defend himself, though
Oh yeah, he certainly can.
he is slightly reckless and sometimes gets himself dug in
That's
too
what's
deep.
fun about him. That's what's fun about him.
And that's usually the reason he gets killed.
Well,
in
his
our
new belt
experience.
a little bit with strength, but
I mean, he did get turned into a zombie a few times.
yeah, he
because
told me.
Twice.
He told me. It was weird. But yeah, magic does
And
that.
he was a strong zombie. We had a hard time subduing him. Both
Mm.
times. Although
So.
the second time we just sort of teleported him away.
Well, if it works, it works.
Didn't you do it the first time as well?
No,
No,
I
we
don't think they
actually
did.
knocked your zombie form unconscious before doing that.
Yeah.
The first
the
time.
first time they knocked you out. The first time
Okay.
they knocked you
Okay.
So, yeah, call that guy, and before he gets here, I assume, even though they are fast, they still have some travel time or preparation time or whatever.
out.
So
Depending on where they are, but yes.
So before they get
Okay.
here, we'll see if Nern can be helped by these.
Anything in
brain
particular you want me
doctors.
to tell them?
Just tell them to come here and ask for one of us.
Oh, did you hand her a flyer, or else she doesn't know your names?
Sure.
No, Nerd would have told them about it.
Oh, if you
I'll still
Okay.
give her one, and I'll say,
If there's any kobolds looking to join our cause during the fight, you
Well-
know better than us who would be willing.
if Big Blaze wasn't Big Blaze, he would probably join, but he's Big Blaze, so. But the rest of the servants would do anything to get away from the master, but they're too scared to do so.
Alright. Tell them we'll give them a signal that they'll be familiar with. And at that moment, we will be on our way. Just don't tell our quarry what that symbol would mean.
Understandable.
Any particular symbol that we should try to use that he wouldn't be aware of, but the kobolds would recognize?
Mm,
Nern?
well, symbol that the kobolds recognize, not him. I don't have anything in particular. I have my necklace, but
How about
that
this?
is quite obvious who owns it. But
How about this?
They would recognize Nern, wouldn't they?
How about this? You go and talk to them. Use your brain sending magic and tell us what it is.
okay, I can do that. But first, I'll message that guy. I forgot his name, but I recognize how he looks. So, and you cast something.
Alright, now let's see if we can fix this issue. Or at least help you with it.
Yeah, she tells what you told her to tell. I'm not. I don't remember wordly what you said, but she will tell that, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
that
basically
she'll
to
stop.
ask for one of us and come to the area to ask for one of us.
Well, they were currently roughly at their maximum speed, 3 days away.
That's actually quite far.
Yeah, with their speed, that's pretty fucking far.
They must be on a different continent or something.
I didn't get that part, but I did hear something in the background I recognized.
Either way, they're definitely not on the Sword Coast. We rode with them.
No, they're definitely not. You know how fast they are.
Alright, Nern, unless if you want to say anything else to her before you set things in motion, I want to see if we can get you some help.
Just looks at you. You're standing on her lap at the moment.
Yeah. Nern looks back like, eh?
Anything?
Anything what?
Anything you want to tell me?
Not much. I mean, everything is fine.
That's good.
Perhaps Mom could. No, if Mom comes over here, then this place gets also very hot.
That usually
Well, if
it
happens if they
goes-
layer up, which takes some time, if I'm correct.
Yes. It takes.
Yep.
Would take a little. It would take a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but once that is done, then well, everything is hot, everything is lava. Everything not good for
This
forest.
place,
Like, if
our
you-
compound would be on the side of a volcano if she decided to do that.
Like if you manage to defeat Shirehead, I can just take over his lair. It will get enhanced with my nature, but
Let's just say that wouldn't be off the table.
well, I have to go back before it starts getting naggy. So should
Yeah,
lift
then-
you up and kiss you, nerd.
Yeah, Nerd just hugs her back one before she leaves. Nerd will miss you.
I know. Just don't die again.
Can't promise.
Promise.
Nerd can't.
I know you can't.
Pat, pat, pat.
It's like it ruffles your head a bit, gives you one last big hug, and then teleports away.
Yep. So now you know Nerd's secret.
She would have told her name was Iris.
All right, well, let's go back to the compound. See if we can get you
So
some
Yeah.
help.
You're like a good 40 minutes away. You walked quite far away because she was going to be massive in that form, so she needed to be away.
So you know that dwarf that we got?
Mhm.
That we had to go a decent distance away, and then we came back with him to find out what the asylum was, like what happened there.
Yeah.
So he's here,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, he's one of the doctors. Yeah.
So I'll tell Nern
Yeah,
to go see
uh,
him.
okay.
He's
Yeah,
gonna try
and
to
I also
help
got
you
to
with.
go. 'Cause
He's Yeah, I was just gonna say he's gonna try to help you with the brain thing.
yeah, go.
I'll say it does though.
Yeah,
Since he has to go.
but yeah, the thing is, yeah, but yeah, the room can either be a mess or not a mess. It depends on what he's planning to do.
Might be a mess.
But yeah, see you guys next time.
See ya.
See you.
To keep
So
her for a
let's at
little
least
longer.
try to build up to trying to track these stupid assassin people.
Hmm.
Okay. How do you
And
wish
if
to do
you
that?
if you want, we can try to build up to trying to set up that dragon mission.
It's up to you. But I want to take a shower before I go to bed, so I can't go on for too much longer.
Okay. So, like, say, 27 minutes.
Sure. I'm late in bed anyway. I can take a late night shower.
Okay.
Sure. What
So
you wish
if
to
you
do
want
first?
to roleplay the thing with Nern doing the stuff, you can do that next time.
I was
but-
saying it happens, and I'll tell whenever Geo returns next session. I'll tell what happened.
Okay.
But he's
So-
there currently, so he's busy.
And I'll say that he stays there until we decide to go to the next place, which will probably be within a few days anyway. So.
So you have 2 days. You're gonna have a meeting to pay Anissa for the robots. In 3, the Dragon Slayer will come. And other than that, you guys are pretty much open to do what you want.
Constellant, just mark it off in our just mark that money off. Just say that it's already gone.
I'll say it was a
It's
short
already
meeting.
gone.
Yeah, it was a short meeting. You should talk. You got the money and left.
Yeah, it is already gone.
Sure.
Also, if we are going to, I want to make preparations when we are about to fight the dragon. So, if you have any money, Buddha, I can buy potions to all of us and stuff like that.
Nern still has his potions.
Yeah, but I
I
don't know
still
that.
have a few potions too.
Yeah, but Nern has the advanced invulnerability potion.
Good for Nern. I don't have that.
No, you have normal ones.
Hmm.
I think you only have one or two.
How much money are we talking here?
Let me see. You know, at least like 1,000 plants.
Depending on which potions you want.
I'll give you 2,000. How about that?
Sure.
And I still have 7,000 platinum on my person.
Yeah, because he has a chest he carries around everywhere.
So done.
Yeah.
There you go. It's yours.
Which potions you getting?
I'm gonna buy some. Let me see here. I want some potions of heroism.
Yeah, that's 400 per.
Like 3.
Okay, so
of those.
1200.
And 1 invulnerability.
Okay, so 1500 total.
Okay. Let's see. Let's make it 2 invulnerabilities. Sure.
Okay, so 1800 total.
Yep. That'll be it.
Okay, remove those 1800 platinum.
You can
So-
keep the extra 200.
Sure.
Use it for
Yes,
whatever you want.
7,000.
Because Buddar,
Yes, 7,000.
as soon as Buddar gave you that money, it's to him it's gone. So
Hey, take it. Enjoy.
I would give you a heroism potion though.
okay.
Yeah, it gives you permanent blessed for an hour. No concentration. You get an extra D4 to saves and attacks. And what other did you get?
And assuming we get Preben in on this, I will give him part of the potions as well.
Yep. He'll probably join.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, potion of heroism, you get 10
according
10.
to the story, we left him behind before we left anyway. So we haven't done anything else.
He's also he's smoking pot with the druids. That's what he told he was going to do. So. He's selling drugs and getting high.
Yeah.
So he's just chilling in the compound, basically.
Do we have any make some like custom potions for fire resistance or immunity?
How custom?
Just like immunity to it for like 10 minutes or a minute or something.
It is possible. Let me just check if that's an actual existing thing first.
I don't think it is, but you know.
I know fire resistance potions exist.
We could just get like a potion of lava walking or something.
Lava walking is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
If resistance is a thing, I don't know if immunity is a thing. So resistance is uncommon, immunity for a minute. It's possible to have made. It will take a little time to make because they haven't done it before.
Okay.
But I'll say for the 150 plat, they will get the stuff together and make a couple.
I need 3 of those, so I'm gonna sell something from the treasury. That's
No,
what
150.
we're
It just needs some minor. For 150, I'll say you get 3 potions from.
okay. Then
Yeah,
I
you don't
have
have to
50
pay more.
platelet.
It will count as a very rare potion, but you get discounts and everything. And it's a new thing, so they want to try it. So.
Okay. So 3 potion of fire
Immunity.
immunity.
You gain
Alright.
immunity to fire for a minute.
Okay.
Unless you have elemental adept. Then it becomes resistance.
Still resistance is resistance.
Yeah, still half damage.
And I will give that to Buddar and Nern. And if Prevent comes, he will get the last one.
Because you have natural immunity to it. So.
Mm-hmm.
So that's resistance or immunity?
Immunity.
Okay.
I'll just give you the second one, Buddar, in case the battle drags on.
How
They
long
only
does
last a
it
minute.
last? The potion?
Minute. So
Minute?
10 turns.
Okay.
Which
Yeah, that's
is
better
super
than
long
nothing.
in D&D.
Yeah, that's
In
better
combat,
than
that's
nothing.
super long.
Like, if we're face to face with a flame dragon, glop, glop, glop,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then its flame breath does nothing. So,
Mhm.
that is
Oh.
no joke.
That is true. Depending on the dragon. If your time match, he ignores the immunity and that becomes resistant, so it's half damage anyway. So.
Hmm.
And if you have something with similar power, it's the same effect.
Okay.
Well,
So,
if you have multiple resistances, that stacks to 2, right?
If you have if you, say with you have resistance on your shield, that just becomes normal. So you still have to only half.
What if I have a potion in invincibility?
If you have potion of invulnerability up on your shield, I'll say you take 1/4 of the fire damage.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Just because it's 2 separate things, and one of it is natural. Well, enchanted, but.
And I believe you have one invuln potion, Buddar.
I have.
And that just gives you resistance to everything for a minute.
Mhm.
I have
Literally
in my potions, I have 2 supreme healing potions. I have 3 1-hour water breathing potions.
Yeah, you haven't used those.
Yeah, because we thought his base was underwater or something.
It was on the ground, but not on the water.
I thought we were gonna sink, and that's what was our game.
Yeah, you could have sank, but you
Yeah.
killed the Kraken. So.
Well,
The Krakens.
I wasn't worried about sinking. Because we
I
can
always
just
have a plan B.
we can just swim and pick up the wreckage and build a raft or something.
If
That
you
is-
haven't noticed, I have tons of items on me, and I'm
Yeah,
very heavy in
you-
armor.
It might be a problem for you, but
I would rule if he swimmed, since he doesn't have a basic swim. He has like 10 feet of movement when he's swimming.
It's pretty generous.
Yeah, that's being generous.
and I have a potion of speed, a potion of heroism, and the fire immunity potions. I don't see. Did you give me a potion?
I'm
of
pretty sure I
invulnerability?
gave you a invuln potion when we.
He did.
I thought we were gonna fight the blue dragon, the storm dragon.
Oh, you could have, but you convinced her. So.
Yeah, but that was before we convinced.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
But
might have
maybe-
forgot to add it to my inventory.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gave you one.
So currently I have 3 of those, so I'm gonna give you 1. So you have 2.
Okay, I'll just put a 2 next to it.
Mm.
Poof.
Yep.
Mhm.
So just to clean up my inventory like usual,
Lovely.
Oh, and by the way, I would have been able to see her true form because I had the crystal of true sight on me, but that doesn't
Mhm.
matter. at this point.
I forgot you had that, but you would have seen it.
So, I'm gonna clean up my inventory. I go to Amarina and I give her the herbalism recipes.
Okay. She appreciates it.
Yeah, I got these from a pregnant lady. She said they would help. Although, I'm not sure how they'll work on elven physiology, but hopefully they do something.
I'll see what it does. First, need to make it.
I would consult with our alchemists first, just to make sure.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make how far she is in the. She's like halfway through. Yeah, she's like halfway through. Sure, she's getting some weight. There's nothing.
There's no big deal.
Cause she got a bit after Sheltel was, but Sheltel has a shorter pregnancy thing because of her blood. Because she has dragonborn and tiefling blood in her, so it shortens the thing. And she's elf, so she has the normal one. So yeah, she's like 4.5-ish months in. So, yeah.
Alright.
Next thing,
Mhm.
since I remembered, I'll go look at the baby green dragon to see if any headway has been made.
Still angry, but seems to be staying more with the gems than trying to bite people's hands off.
Okay. Did any of our staff figure out anything that might work that they want to try
Yep.
but haven't yet?
I would say they've tried a couple things that didn't work, so they're like trying to rethink those things. So they're still haven't figured a way that works yet, but they're like working on it still.
Alright. Just keep working. I'll check up on you later.
Okay, so I go check on. Yeah, so since we were gonna do the assassin thing,
Yep.
maybe we'll get that set up. So
Up to you guys what you want.
I'll send for Constellant, and I'll go and see if any of our murderous prisoners. I'm going to try to convince all of them except one, but if that one gets convinced, then I'll just use him as a deep agent sort of thing, double agent.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to convince the rest of them. I'm gonna have that weird like Alcoholics Anonymous circle where everybody's sitting around. So I'm gonna get them in a circle.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to convince the rest of them to join us.
Anything in particular you want to say, or you just want me to make your roll?
I understand it's a lot like the laws that you supposedly broke. Allegedly.
I make sure I say that.
You allegedly broke. But as long as you obey our rules, you'll have your freedom back. You won't be able to kill people indiscriminately, but we do have a few contracts that involve battlefields, and as long as you don't break our rules, you can kill people. As long as they're considered enemy combatants.
As he makes sure that he's impressing upon them that yes, they have to be enemies that you're killing.
We will allow you to join us. You don't have to.
And Constellant is here, but he doesn't have to say anything.
I'm standing in the background if they.
He's like that guy in the corner, like just standing watch, just If
Mm.
shit goes down, I'm gonna mess
If
them up.
they do a wrong move, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite them if they do a wrong move.
So, what do you think? I understand I gave you this pitch before, but you've had some time to think about what I've said. Perhaps you've changed your mind. Please let us know.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Persuasion.
There's like
29.
one for everyone. Like I don't remember all the prisoners. The gnome seems to be in on it, so he's convinced.
I'll
So
tell him.
yeah,
You said he
yeah,
was in.
Expo.
Yeah. So I'll tell him to go meet our artificers.
Let's see who else. I don't remember how I described all of them. I think one of them were human or half elf or something. He's convinced too.
There was one that was a dwarf. I remember that. And he's the one who you said was most likely not to join. But
Yeah, he's the tougher one to convince. So I'm just thinking of the others because you have all of them there. I think it was 4 of them.
I think you said that there was a Khajiit.
Yeah, it was Khajiit. That's Baxi. So he's convinced.
Yeah, that's right. I got them mixed up. Yeah.
I know what you mean. They're basically Khajiit. So.
Yeah.
How Ben rolls them in his, he's just role playing them as Tabaxi. To Khajiit and Tabaxi. They're just basically the same thing. He speaks to as Tabaxi how Khajiit speaks as a Khajiit. So the Khajiit is convinced, the Explo is convinced. I'm just gonna call it Khajiit because why the fuck no?
You said that there was
The-
like a half elf or an elf or something.
Yeah, he's convinced 2. So it's 3, and it was either 4 or 5. If it's 4, the last one's a dwarf and he's not convinced fully. He seems less on guard, but he doesn't seem fully open to join yet. And if it's 5, I'll say everyone but the dwarf is convinced.
Okay. You don't have to name all of them. It's just that we did
The
the
one I
thing that
gave
we...
a name was the gnome. I think it was Loco. I gave the gnome.
Mhm.
At
Yeah,
least his
so-
nickname.
We'll just send them to the places where they seem to have the highest interest. And Explo is going to help us make the robots. And when they are destroyed, I'll task him with putting like a self-destruct mechanism in them. But he has to
he'll easily
consult.
do that.
But he has to consult with the people who are actually making them to make
Oh,
sure that
he'll
it
easily do
works.
He knows to do that. He just needs the right material.
Yeah. So that way,
You want
if-
explosive? Just ask the guy.
I mean, if they're being destroyed anyway, it's not like we're going to be able to fix them. So, at that point, you may as well make them blow up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
that's what I'll task him with.
Mhm.
So, I'll go over to the last guy.
The dwarf,
So,
older dwarf.
So, I see that you didn't approach me after the meeting.
Yeah, like I'm just not fully convinced of you guys. Like, it's an interesting place, but I don't like rules.
I understand
I like-
that.
I like to break rules.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Because he had like done every fucking crime possible.
Yeah, I understand that. We're going to.
He hasn't done anything in a compound that you know of, but he might have.
We're going to send you back to yourself for now. But we're going to discuss. We don't plan on executing you. Just so you're aware. So you're still better off than what you were before. But that said, we will be discussing potential outcomes other than joining us.
I would say out of character. The DC for convincing him on that roll was a 32.
Which,
It's a natural 18 for you.
yeah, that I got decently close. But
Yeah. That guy's hard to convince.
At least he's not openly hostile to us anymore.
No, he's. As far as you know, he hasn't done anything in the compound illegal. Well, he's damn good at hiding it if he has.
So we'll send you back to your cell. And we're going to discuss the terms of any potential release if we were to do such a thing. Just so you're aware of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Whatever.
I'll let him walk away, and then I'll go over to Consulate.
So, we were looking for a way in to those assassin people. Seems like he's definitely unwilling to join us.
Oh yeah.
So do you think that if we let him go and track him, we might be able to find a base of some sort? But we have to make sure that he joins them. This is where I need your help. Do you have any ideas on how to do this?
How to track him or
How to
To make
make
him join.
sure that he joins the people we want him to join?
Well, we could try to make him meet with the assassin party or something. Maybe they have some kind of kinship.
I mean, he is a depraved individual. Seems like the type that would join that organization. Perhaps he's just not aware of it.
Mhm.
You know what? Stay here. I'm going to try a few things.
I go over to his cell,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say that I prepared this, or I'll prepare it and then go over to his cell. How about that? I'll
Sure.
prepare it and go over to his cell. So what I want to prepare is just like, it's fake, but it's a thing that I'm going to pretend like this is an official thing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's just an advisory notice to keep people aware of this Assassin's Guild and the signs to look for in a person. Everybody already
Okay.
knows this information, but it's like a leaflet. And I'm going to try to just accidentally drop it near his cell close enough that he can grab it.
Okay.
As I'm talking to one of the guards nearby, giving him a piece of paper that I'll say that I
Oh.
prepared that looks the same.
Make a deception with advantage.
Okay. Advantage. Deception. 19. Not too
Okay.
bad. I could have
He takes
gotten
the
much higher, but that's fine.
He takes the paper.
Alright, so just keep that secret information I just gave you in mind.
And I'm saying that to the guard.
Yeah, he's playing along. He's playing along.
Alright? Alright.
George just sitting in the cell.
And I'm saying to myself, like out loud,
It would be bad if any of these prisoners knew about that.
and I'll just walk away. Just trying to sell it to him.
You don't have the highest perception, but it's quite obvious. That guy has a huge grin on his face.
Yeah. This guy's an idiot.
He's not very smart. He's just a fucking mass murderer.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go over to Constellant. How's your insight, Constellant?
Not very good.
+0, I think.
Okay, I'll roll to see if I can discern whether or not he's actually concocting the idea that we're trying to plant into his head. Can I roll for that?
Sure.
I don't know if I had advantage on that, but 18.
That's still enough. You're still enough. He didn't read you, so yeah, he took the bait basically.
Alright, I think he's going for it. So, now we just have to stage a way for him to escape. Perhaps knock him unconscious and then just set him out somewhere.
How about removing the prisoner somewhere, and the guard gets a little sloppy, and he sees an opening and he runs for it, something like that.
I just don't want our guards to get killed.
Yeah, but they don't have to be there when he escapes, you know.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
All right, so we're gonna enact this plan. We're gonna pretend like we're transferring him, like we've decided to just give him back to Lord Balder.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna pretend that we're just gonna walk him all the way to where Lord Balder is. And I'll say that we'll have a few of our embedded spies pretending to be other prisoners, just so that way,
Yeah.
if he tries to escape, then he doesn't just mass murder our whole group. So we'll just bring him a certain distance away on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, but
Fair.
we can't be there in the guard patrol.
Yeah,
Right.
we're not going to be in the guard patrol, but what our organization is going to do is bring him past the bridge, and then just as they're checking his shackles, they'll stealthily just unlock his shackles and pretend as if they didn't do it on purpose, and then hopefully he'll just go.
Yep. I'll say, because we're basically ending now. So yeah, he escaped and he ran for wherever the assassins may be.
Okay. Did he kill any of our guards?
He killed 2.
Well, you can just try them. They get a free revive, free one time, you know, because they did.
He killed 2 of the guards. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say that the mission of the spies that we had pretending to be prisoners is that they were to go with him to track it.
Okay. Yeah. He's not the wisest one, so yeah. He probably won't notice them.
Okay. So just keep that in mind for that's how we plan on finding at least the leaders of the nearby area. And then from there we might try to get rid of eradicate the organization entirely, but that's for later.
Yep.
And you said one of our spies used to be part of them, other than Amarina, of course.
Yeah, but he got locked up.
He's locked up in our.
Yeah, he wasn't 100%.
Okay, what about who was the other person that you said was with us?
No, he was. He was also. Well, he wasn't. He was one of the. He's one of like the. What would it be? He's one of the martial trainers.
Okay.
Like he was on the combat trainers.
Yeah, I'll just tell him to give them advice on what the correct things to say would be in order to gain the trust of this organization.
Yeah, those but
the
people.
Reason why I want that insane guy there is because if they need to prove themselves in any way, we want them to put him forward as their group member who's going to do the bad stuff. So
that's fair.
So, yeah. We'll see how that turns out. Hopefully that'll at least pay off enough so that way we can get a lead on this mysterious group.
Yeah, see what happens.
And then
think
at
that's-
least we have a few guys that we can scry on if we need to.
Yeah.
That we know of. So yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll wait for the next event to happen, which is the people coming, and then we can do that next time.
Yeah. It's like the next day.